moment. Guess we'll find out in a moment. Yeah, here we go. We're live.
Oh, yay. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yay!
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah! Aru, aru, aru. I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm sorry. I apologize to everyone that's watching right now. With my whole heart, Steven. What's up, everybody? How the fuck are you doing? How's it going? Are you flowing? Thinking about a couple things to say to you. Showing, growing. Man, I'd like to place my hands upon that fucking sexy ass and squeeze. And squeeze!
Squeeze till the juice comes flowing.
That's right. Everything sound good? Is the everything clear and sexual? It looks like it is. Looks like we're fucking good to go. Good to go. Good to go. How are you tonight, Jay?
I feel very nice, very sexual, very sexual.
Yes, very good. Very good. Trent says it looks like you have a lot of cats. I think it's because the dog toys. It's just one dog.
Yeah, it's one dog, and he fucking tears that shit up. Every time I pass that shit, it feels like I have a kid that just won't put away their Lego toys. Like, son of a bitch.
Tomo is not an orange. Good to know. Yes, Kevin, I got a haircut today. I cut away the quarantine hair, and it hurt because I wanted to keep it. But the problem is that my hair's too thick. It puffs out. I look like I got a bowl haircut.
And we've got one half of the special. We've got the Courtney in here.
Oh yeah.
Courtney has arrived.
Oh yeah.
I always feel like I feel like Courtney and Vinny have become like in Dusk Till Dawn. They're like it's
the Gecko Brothers.
Dark night. Yeah, like they're the Gecko Brothers for us. We're like Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino. We just get them in the shit, but they're the Gecko Brothers.
Guadalupe got a haircut too. All right, Guadalupe. Katie, Cheyenne, Greg. What's up, Greg? Greg says, love the new seats, Jay.
Oh, thanks, Greg. Yeah, they're uncomfortable as fuck, but they're nice to look at.
Yeah, Jay was over the other night. He's like, dude, I got new chairs. They fucking suck. And they look like I have a race car bed.
Yeah, that's what that was.
Made me laugh.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Vinny's here. We're good on Vinny. Vanessa, Brandon, Chuck Furbick, RLB Morgan. Howdy, partners. Howdy. Alan, Missy, Craig, Landon the paranormal dude. He lost his dog. Don't lose your dog, man. I've been there. That shit sucks. I hope you find him.
Yes.
That's scary. I hate that shit. Definitely not wearing pants, Tawny. Actually, I'm wearing pants. I'm wearing swimming trunks. But here's the thing about the swimming trunks I'm wearing, Jay, is that the swimming trunks I'm wearing don't have any fish or any fish net in them. So basically, I'm just commando as fuck right now. My balls are just hanging in the wind.
You're free balling it.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're allowed to do it. Just don't shake too hard so it won't slap your crack.
I'll try not to stand up while still bent over.
You don't want to do that back and forth motion and slap your crack.
Do the fucking...
You remember that shit?
That shit was great, dude. That was the best. Especially when you're wearing panties.
No, man.
Mercurio
Yeah, but
80.
they're kind of comfortable when you go to Kings Island. They're kind of
furry.
comfortable. That's what I heard, dude. I swear to God, that's exactly what was said. It was like, it was dark, got ready in the dark, put on panties, and went to Kings Island, but it was like comfortable as fuck.
Mercurio 80, thanks, man. It says, what's up, guys? Let's get this fight started. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a fucking good one. It's going to be a bloodbath. Derek B.
Crazy.
Thanks, man. He says, I'm here, you pieces of poop. Not Jay.
Yeah.
See,
You eat pieces of poop for breakfast? No.
What's up, man? What's up, Sutter?
Orlando Gutierrez says, I'm taking my pants off now. Absolutely. Let's all just gather around and take off the pants. It's fine. No one's going to see.
Oh, sorry. Landon's dog actually passed away. That's what he meant by he lost him. I'm sorry, dude. That's fucking awful, man. That's sorry. I thought you just meant that you lost him, but that's horrible, man. I couldn't imagine. Really sorry, buddy. That's the fucking worst, man. Brandon never wears pants. You shouldn't. Why would you?
No.
Why would you?
Just let it flow out. If you're going to go to the store, just let them see that dong flopping around. It's all good.
Absolutely. Jonathan Tabak, thanks, man. He says, love these Friday night fights. Can't wait to see how tonight shakes up. Thanks for always ending the week on a fun, positive note. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, it's fun to get together and fucking party.
Yeah, and this is going to turn into a bloodbath. Like, I mean, no fucking doubt. I mean, yeah, of course, Steven Seagal looks like a giant baked potato now with a ponytail. But, But at the same time, that motherfucker had goddamn Falcon Punch back in the day, and I would never say that shit to his face. Like even today, with as big and fat that he is, I would never disrespect that motherfucker to his face.
No.
If he got mad at me, I would give him Tibetan prayer beads. Like he would scare me.
Or deer penis from Glimmer Man.
Oh yeah. He's like, don't worry about it. I'm just gonna go suck on some deer penis. It's a Chinese deer penis. By the way, I was telling Mike before the stream started. I was in the middle of watching The Glimmer Man, a fucking amazing movie. But you know the girl that like gets them the information about who the family man is or starts leading them on that path. Do you know who that is? Melody. She's the crazy lady in fucking The People Under the Stairs.
Oh yeah, that's
sister.
fucking right, man.
That's insane. And that's the second movie that fucking Seagal worked with somebody from People Under the Stairs, because in Under Siege 2 he worked with I'm Gonna Find You.
That dude's fucking awesome, man. He's an awesome bad guy too. For sure. Jarvis, man. Jarvis in the house. Thanks, buddy. He says, I've made it. Hello to all my peeps. Jarvis just did another unboxing edit, which we'll put up on Saturday. That shit's going to be dope as fuck.
Jarvis is like this. Every time Jarvis comes in, I feel like it's Robert Downey Jr. surprising everybody at a convention. Everybody just stops and is like, oh shit, Robert Downey's here. He's fucking
Jarvis,
amazing.
Emilio!
Vinny says Seagal hitting them MREs too hard. That's true. He is.
Yeah, so, and that's the perfect segue, eating. And baked potato is, he does look like a baked potato.
Yeah, but dude, it's one thing, you look like a baked potato, but you never say that shit to him.
No.
You know what I mean? Like, ever. Like, you would never. Like, even, like I wouldn't even want to, like, whisper it. Like, if we were, like, at a bar and we saw him and he was, like, giant, huge, looked like Humpty Dumpty with, sitting there, I would never be like, damn, he's fat. I would never say that because like he's got like super fucking hearing from all of his Chinese stuff. He'd probably kick our ass.
Yeah, dude, he's a fucking ruiner of dreams and broken bones.
He's like, come here. I want to ask you a question. Do you not like Humpty Dumpty? I was like, no, I find him very appealing, and he's a really nice guy. He's like, you know what happened to Humpty Dumpty? Yeah, he fell off and broke. He's like, yeah, exactly. Get out of here. He's like, now take your ugly white ass out of here.
Absolutely. Yeah, dude, Seagal's one of those guys, like, he doesn't even have to be in shape to kick your ass because he's all reactive. He's a counter fucking mover, dude. So, like, he waits for you to swing at him, and then he does that fucking, breaks your shit.
The weird thing about, and, Mike and I aren't martial arts expert or anything like that, but I did know, like, Aikido is more of a defensive, well, I know you're not. Like, an orange belt at fucking Toys R Us that you bought doesn't count. If it's plastic,
I earned
it's not
that
a real
fucking
belt.
yellow belt.
It's not a real belt.
I earned it.
Because the only thing good for belts is to keep your pants up. Like Bruce Lee said. But no, that Aikido shit is more defensive. It's like judo. I mean, it can be used defensively when I want to hear, but it's not like, the way that he was like, it's not really the same thing. So if you're going to take him and put him into in a fight with another guy that knows like Kung Fu or, whatever, totally different kind of thing.
Yeah, but if you watch those old videos of him in like the dojo and like 20 dudes coming at him, Steven Seagal, and he was like, instead of like me and you would be, which was just be like, he was fucking flipping people and like that. It was crazy. He's legit.
But then again, he is like
legit.
6'9" compared to their 5'4".
Well, yeah.
I mean, it was they were like little like karate guys. He would whoop the ass.
Yeah, that's true. And Seagal never likes to be hit in his movies, by the way. That's a true thing. He always wants, and that's one of the things that I find like Stallone is amazing at. He always makes himself the underdog. Jean-Claude Van Damme's pretty good at doing the same thing. But one of the problems with Seagal is that he doesn't like to be hit. I can think of like just on one hand the amount of times I've seen him actually be hit in a movie, and one of them was Out for Justice when that dude hit him in the leg with the pool cue. Yeah, like hit him in the leg, and I was like, it was like shocking because I was like, oh my god, they actually hit him. Like he never even lets himself get hit.
I watched the Glimmer Man dude, and the guy was holding him in the fucking Lentos and let him kick him in the stomach twice. But even when he kicked him in the stomach, like the bad guy kicked Seagal in the stomach, and that never happens. No. And I was like, what the? But even then, it looked like they were kicking like the T-800 in the balls. Like there was no reaction. He was just like, oh. I was like, he's not even trying to act.
You could tell that he has like a clause in his contract, like I can't get my ass kicked even on screen, even for a second.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Steven Seagal's greatness is also his downfall. Like he was so full of himself, and like he really thought he was the fucking Terminator, man. He could have done a lot better if he had just had a little bit of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't fucking know. I can't. A little bit of. If he was more humble. Man behind the masks. I know who you are, you fuck. That sounds like Mike White right there. Says, I love you guys. I want to party with you. I want to party with you. Hey, Shadows, Kibbles, what's up, Mike? Is that a haircut I see? Looking good, boys. It is a haircut. I got that shit cut. I
Yeah, you did.
I walked in, dude, to the fucking hair place and like took off my hat, and she went, "Oh." She was like, "That's gonna be," and I felt embarrassed, dude, when she had to take the sheath off me. She was like trying to like cup it into like a blanket like fort, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. I just ruined your whole shop with all that fucking hair."
If I walk into a barber shop right now, they'd be like, "What do you mean to do? It's already short. Like, what do you mean to do? It's already fucked.
Should we trim your balls?
You gotta let that shit grow out."
What do you want? The Sting. Thanks, man. It says, all hail fathers fuck sticks. Watching Once Bitten with my 6-year-old. It's her favorite, LOL. I'll catch the stream in a bit. Enjoy, my friend. Enjoy. Spend some time with the kids. That's awesome. Thanks for popping in. Ryan Gillen. Thanks, man. It says, once again, anybody seen Richie?
I ain't seen him.
I'm going to keep coming back. Anybody seen Richie? Wesley.
Beep, beep. I know what he's talking about. Beep, beep, Richie. When you said, thanks for popping in, that's usually how it goes when I'm having sex. She's like, thanks for popping in. That's all you did. You showed up, you popped in, and then you went away.
Is that just the
and there's
tip?
nothing.
No, it's all the way up.
It's like you pounded a few times. It was like a rabbit, like fucking having a hump session on my foot, and then it was over. I'm like, I'm sorry. I did my best. I did my best.
Wesley, thanks, man. It says, perfect way to end my birthday, just watching a show from the legendary Wham. Just want to say thanks to the content boys. Love from Dublin, Ireland. And happy birthday to you!
Sean Connery's birthday.
Sean Connery's birthday. For he's a jolly good fellow. All right. Who's ready to get this bitch started? Courtney, are you ready?
I think they both be ready.
Vinny,
They're
are you
always ready?
fucking ready? We'll wait until they give us their call sign with their fucking horns.
I think it's just like their call sign is just like sexual thunder and lightning in the sky.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's all you hear. You don't have to know anything else.
Thunder that turns you on.
All right, Courtney's ready.
James Williams says Glimmer Man is trash. Last Boy Scout was better with Bruce. Like, Last Boy Scout was fucking dope and maybe is better than Glimmer Man, but Glimmer Man is no trash, my friend. Dear penis?
Okay. Yeah, they're both ready.
Okay. One more real quick. Hey, Shadows, thank you so much. Says, just because I complimented Mike doesn't mean you don't look good too, Jay. Look at that.
Oh, well, that's okay. Thank you so much. It's fine. I don't mind.
Okay, don't worry.
I'll sit in the back at the library with my Trapper Keeper and fucking, like, I'll just play my Magic the Gathering game. Fuck it.
There is no shortage of women who want to sleep with Jay. And I'm not saying you want to sleep with me. But trust me, you should see my inbox.
It's good. It's all good. I don't mind at all. They're probably not women. Let's just go ahead and say that.
Hold on. Something just popped up here. Let me get this. Ghost Dance Macabre, Jessica Ashworth, thank you so much. Says, just cuz. Well, just cuz I love you. Just cuz I love you. How about that? How about that? Sutter Gillette says, hey, what's up, Mike and Jay? I got to root for Steven with my grandpa. Steven, my grandpa once in the 90s got confused with Steven at a restaurant. He's the goat to me. Dude, if your grandpa looks like Steven Seagal, that's the coolest fucking grandpa you could ever have in your life.
Amazing.
I hope he talks like that too.
The stories would be unbelievable. Like, he would just fill your head with a soft whisper, and you'd be like, you know what? I can do anything now. Like, I can go out and, like, kick a fucking piece of plywood and become a karate expert tomorrow.
Calls you on your birthday. He's like, hello, I sent you a $10 check. I hope you enjoy it. Stay in school.
Probably closed for 2 months.
Camp Blood, thanks, says, hey, boys, fucking pumped to be here with you lads again tonight. I think all of our moms would likely vote for JCVD. Laughing my ass off. Chucky versus Chainsaw next week. I don't know. We'll see. We haven't talked about it next week yet. But all right, let's get into it. The boys are ready. We're fucking ready. Thank you guys for the super chats. Really do appreciate it. You guys rock our dicks in the night of Texas. The first matchup. The first fucking matchup of 9 to 10 matchups is going to be Bloodsport versus Above the Law. Now, first thing I want to say, that might not seem fair. But the thing is, when I built this list, we built this city. When I built this list, I just did it straight up from the start of their careers to when they started to fizzle out. They both have around 9 gigantic movies. So like I picked the first 9 movies, and I matched them up evenly. And to me, I won't tell you my picks yet, but it ended up pretty evenly. And again, I just don't think that anything's going to match up with Bloodsport that fair.
No, man.
So
it's too good. It's too much. It's just too much.
So
that's like watching Tyson come down and just destroy. Like, you know that one asshole's be fucking dead. Yeah. Like, Bloodsport's walking in and biting the gloves, and the guy's dead. Like, he's just dead.
It's like Mike Tyson against any of the tall white guys with mustaches he fought in the beginning of his career.
Yeah, that's our opinion. You guys might have different opinions. So
We'll see. Now wait until we say hiya before you vote. Don't vote yet. I'm just writing it out for you guys. When we do vote, you're going to vote number 1 for Bloodsport. And you're going to vote number 2 for Above the Law.
Yeah.
Now, while you guys vote, me and Jay will give our favorite opinions. Make sure you don't vote twice, because that'll get you kicked out. You don't want to vote more than one time. And again, when I say hiya, you're going to vote number 1 for Bloodsport and number 2 for Above the Law. Is everyone ready? Hiya! Vote! Begin voting now. While Vinny and Courtney tally up the votes, Jay, which one do you pick out of these two?
I mean, dude, it's like asking John Connor if he doesn't have the combination of that fucking ATM in Terminator 2. He's like, go baby, go baby, go baby. All right, easy money. Like, it's fucking Bloodsport without it. I love Above the Law, dude. Like, it's a fucking awesome Seagal movie. But dude, Bloodsport, it's got so much heart in it, and it's a true martial arts Rocky story to me. And he looks fucking badass. It's got amazing music. It's got amazing supporting cast. Like, dude, and I've seen that movie a million fucking times. And no matter how many times I see it, I still think I really want to get those tight, like, fucking boxer brief trunks that he has and, like, do some kind of karate on a mat. Because, he makes you believe that you can. And you cannot get katana sword by stealing. You must earn it.
To honor you should know. Yeah,
he's
dude.
like, you did not flinch. You have fighting spirit.
Time to protect your nuts, guys. It's Bloodsport for me too, but I do want to throw some love to Above the Law, because Above the Law was Steven Seagal's first big film. Nico, he was a badass cop. Like, he was a really good fucking role for Seagal, and he was cool as shit in the movie.
And Above the Law?
Yeah.
Nico. I thought he was Out for Justice. That was Nico.
No, Out for Justice, he was oh fuck, now you got me fucked up. It was another name like Nico.
Yeah.
I think he might have been Nico in 2 movies. I can't remember exactly, but
yeah.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure he was Nico in Above the Law. But either way, he was a badass. It was the beginning of his career. You're just seeing him on screen for the first time. A well-done movie, a well-made movie. I enjoyed it. It's one of Seagal's better films, and it's unfair for it that it has to go up against Bloodsport. But Bloodsport, dude, is the fucking most. It's maybe the most inspirational fighting film of all time.
Yeah, it is. Next to Rocky.
Cool,
yeah, dude. It's up there. It's the same fucking thing. Yeah. And you know what they called if Seagal remade that movie today, it'd be called Above the Donut. No, I love Seagal though.
All right, stop.
But
voting.
But you know, I know if I feel like we're all like saying bullshit against Seagal, but like right now early on, but Seagal is cool. I mean, back in the day, it was like trying to pick between Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. Like, I always went with Seagal back in the day, because you know, here's the thing about Jean-Claude. Jean-Claude back in the day, he's a good-looking guy, and he did the splits like no problem. And he would do also, and he was tan, and he was from Belgium, he had that sexy accent. But Seagal just looked like a badass. He acted like a badass. He's like, I'm in control of the complete situation. Yeah. It's like looking at your wife's divorce lawyers.
Gino.
You're fucked.
Gino's his name in Out for Justice, by the way.
Yeah, Gino, yeah.
That's what he tried to be, a mobster. We'll talk about that soon. But yeah, no, I agree, man. Like, Steven Seagal back in the day, he was the fucking Terminator, man. And that may be because of the clauses he's had in his contract or whatever it was. But, like, he was the badass of the most badass. Unstoppably amazing. While they're tallying up the votes, let me get to go to the chat for a second real quick. Mother Mayhem, hey, what the fuck is up? Says, why the hell am I here? I hate these movies. Now smell my eyes. Smell my eyes.
Okay. Smells like eyeshadow.
I know, and you can tell by, like, we don't have as many people in the chat as we typically do for the horror thing, because I know a lot of our crowd's horror, but you guys know these fucking old school action movies are near and dear to our hearts as much as any.
Yeah, dude, we watched these. Yeah, we watched. Yeah, as many times as we watched the Halloween stuff or the Nightmare stuff, we watched just as many of the Seagal, Van Damme classics and Sylvester Stallone movies and everything else.
Which is why we started the Revenge of the Action Movie channel. And by the way, if you want our thoughts on Bloodsport, there's like an hour-long video on the Revenge of the Action Movie channel going deep dive. We ended up deciding to take them and meld them together and put that kind of shit on the Wham channel. But yeah, we're gonna do action movie stuff here too. So
all right, so I got the it's fucking done. It's over.
It's probably ugly. Yeah.
Oh, dude, it is nasty. It is nasty. It's probably just as bad as when Seagal walks in and the buffet is already, there's nothing in the buffet. Like, it's just as bad, the feeling. Option 1 has 67.
Wow.
Option 2 has 11.
Oh, man. That's the second worst defeat we've ever had.
Yeah, dude. He's not above the law. He's below fuckhole. Like, that's fucking terrible. Oh, my goodness.
You, sir, have been measured and found wanting.
Yeah, dude, that was awful. That's so awful.
Hey, Shad. Oh my God. Seriously, thank you so fucking much. I have to go back to work, but I love the Wham fam. I love you guys. I'll see you this later, though. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kibbles. We love you. You did not have to do that. Thank you so fucking much. Seriously. Bloodsport wins the first round handily, as we expected, but still is not the biggest defeat of all time. The biggest defeat was the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Yeah, that
versus,
was crazy.
Yeah, that shit. That one, Freddie only got 8 votes in that bitch.
Samuel V or Samuel 5, you're going about Roman numerals, said vote 3 for Mr. Miyagi. You all wet, Daniel son. You all wet.
All right, if the dudes are ready, James, careful, buddy. You hit that like 5 times. You got like I know you probably didn't mean to. It probably just wasn't going through, but your comment went through a whole bunch there. But
I love Vinny C. Vinny C's whole thing. He's like, I'm sure Seagal will be out for justice with this loss. He probably will. After he stops at Dunkin' Donuts.
Looks like in that one he was marked for death. I'm sorry. Kick the next vote. And
well, you know what they say? John Claude is a hard target.
Yeah, maybe if he loses one of these, he can go back in time as Time Cop and fix it.
Maybe so. But you know what? I think that Van Damme would tell Seagal there's nowhere to run.
Sometimes when you sleep with a woman who's questionable, you wake up in the morning with a fire down below.
Ooh, that's fucking deadly right there.
On deadly ground, even.
Yeah, I was going to say on deadly ground on that one. But sometimes when you even have that, when you have to, pick a woman that's going to put you on deadly ground, you have to go under siege for it.
Yeah, you got to go under siege first sometimes. Check out the goods. But, if it's wrong, then you got to quit and it's sudden death. You want to stop right there. Yeah. And that's the order.
Okay, Cordy's like, enough of your bullshit. I'm ready. He didn't say enough. I said that with him. Tomohiro Gato says Jay assumes Seagal can even run. That's true. I mean, I think that his kryptonite right now is a treadmill. Like if you stand near one, he's gonna be like, I'll wait till he come outside.
Or the truth in general. The truth. All right, the next round, if Vinny and Courtney are ready, the next round is going to be Kickboxer versus Hard to Kill. Again, I expect JCVD to win this. It's going to get more interesting in the later rounds, trust me. It's just hard to go against Bloodsport or Kickboxer, man. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. So, when I say, I'm going to take you to the bank, the blood bank, you're going to vote. Oh, God. Now, when I say that, you're going to vote number 1 for Kickboxer. And you're going to vote number 2 for Hard to Kill. If did you say the guys are ready?
Yeah, well, Courtney's ready. I don't know about Vinny. I'm waiting on Vinny. I think Vinny will probably be ready pretty soon, but
yeah, give us the okay. What's up, Drapery Falls? Alan Ramsey, you motherfucker.
Sean Duffy says Danielle Harris is in marked for death. She is actually.
Is she really?
I don't
know that.
Maybe. It's been a while. I mean, I don't know.
I will Google this. I will find him. Yeah, and again, these are both great movies. We'll talk about them as we go, as soon as we know that Vinny's ready.
Vinny says ready, Vernon.
All right, if everybody's ready to vote, here we go. I'm going to take you to the blood bank. I'm going to take you to the bank. The blood bank. Vote now! Vote number 1 for Kickboxer and vote number 2 for Hard to Kill.
The Frank Knight Rises says, Jay, have you ever gone to a dominatrix? Would you? You seem like the type. Yeah, but I don't like pain that much. So if she put like nipple clamps on me and told me, hey, I'm gonna pour some hot candle wax on you, I'm like, bitch, I'm calling fucking the cops because that hurts.
I want that.
That hurts. I don't want that. No,
smack
fuck
me
that.
In the face.
I was offered once. I was offered like some kind of wild adventure in fucking Pee-wee's magical not adventure, and I was like, nope.
And I regretted you not.
Well, dude, that's like trying to say that's like the devil holding out his dick. Like, just take a lick. It'll taste like icy hot. Just do it. Like, I don't know.
My pick here is definitely Kickboxer. I love Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
Hard to Kill is a great fucking movie. Another one that we did on Revenge of the Action Movie, did a real deep dive into Hard to Kill. It's Mason Storm. It's the perfect revenge plot. His family gets shot up. He grows that beard. He has to come back and he has to punch that fucking 2x4 in the woods. And it's one of my favorite Seagal movies for sure. But Kickboxer is just fucking Kickboxer, man. It can't top that. One of my favorite Seagal films of all time, but Kickboxer still takes it.
Seagal in that movie looked like he started the Marxist movement with that big ass beard. Like he looked like he was a guy that was like preaching in the fucking Russian like square, like preaching about Marxism. But I pick Bloodsport without a doubt. Not to, like obviously the best thing about like if nobody even not Kickboxer had fucking the dance sequence in it. It was
Yeah.
sexy as fuck. It was good as shit, and he whooped that ass while drunk. I'm like, that motherfucker is drunk, and he's been training all goddamn day, and he's whipping these fools like they owe him money. Like, ridiculous. He's like, why you tell them why they want to fight me? He's like, I told them their mothers are fat or something, whatever he says. And I was like, oh. He's like, why you do that for? But yeah, and also, it's got one of the best villains. Like, other than Chung Li, Tong Po is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where a lot of these things. Stop voting, everybody. Looks like we got them all in. Let the guys tally them up. But that's the thing, man. Van Damme had the best villains because he wasn't afraid to be the underdog, and that's why some of his movies they had more heart in them. Seagal is this fucking unstoppable cop or whatever he is in any movie that's just mowing through bad guys, and you love to watch it because I was watching Out for Justice today, dude, and I brought MJ in during the pool table scene. I was like, watch this shit. These dudes are about to get fucked up, you know? And it's fun to watch, but you don't get as emotionally invested like you do with a film like Kickboxer, where he's trying to avenge his brother and he's against the unstoppable Tong Po, who, by the way, sleeps with his girlfriend. Doesn't sleep with her, but, he rapes her.
Yeah.
And, like, as if he needed more motivation. And then you got
what's crazy, too? Is you also, like, you remember the guy, like the old way of doing things?
Yeah.
Like, I'll cut your shit with this fucking piece of broken razor glass. But, also, interesting enough about Tong Po, that was his best friend, and he was in Bloodsport, Tong Po, as the guy that gets his leg all fucking carved open, that he offered the job. That's fucking cool as fuck. So Van Damme also takes care of his peoples as well. But also, have you noticed that in every fucking Van Damme movie in the 90s, like, all the bad guys look like they're the same kind of guys that sold him coke? Like in real life, because he was on cocaine. He was like, those are the same guys.
They probably did too.
It just looks like his dealers.
It was like Bolo Young and Bloodsport. Like, he was apparently really close friends with him, by the way. But yeah, I wish that Van Damme had never found the cocaine.
Cocaine, not good for you from Colombia.
Even if he did, like I said, both their careers petered out about the same time. So you can blame it on Van Damme and cocaine or Steven Seagal being fat, but I think action movies just went by the wayside at that same point in time.
Well, they just didn't want to adapt with changes.
Yeah. What's up, J. Cole?
But because I think that the main thing about those guys that are different than Sylvester Stallone and Arnold was Arnold obviously became governor, but also Sylvester Stallone was willing to go out and do other things, like make different kind of roles for himself, and kind of do his, and maintain that and not make shitty movies. But it felt like Van Damme and Seagal were just like, yeah, everybody loves that shit. I'll just be the hero every time, and it'll be the same basic story. People are gonna fucking never. Are you serious? Do people like lollipops? Then they're gonna like my movies. Yeah. Shut the fuck up. They just didn't listen to anything.
And the same thing goes for Schwarzenegger and Stallone too. Schwarzenegger is always the Terminator, is always the unstoppable force. Stallone was willing to be the underdog, which gave his movies an entirely different feel. But we'll talk about that another time.
But then again, Arnold did do End of Days, which he was very underdogish in that.
Yeah, and dude. Fucking Jean-Claude, man, has had several emotional-ass roles late in his career with JCVD, with The Bouncer. I'm telling you, if you guys are here, you got to be Van Damme fans to be watching this. Please check out a movie that came out like 2 years ago called The Bouncer. It is Van Damme's The Wrestler. It's fucking good. It's not as good as The Wrestler, but it's
really good.
Yeah, for Van Damme's late in his career, for a movie to take itself seriously, because he always gets stuck in these shit-ass movies, it's really nice to see, and you're really happy for him to watch that. So check out The Bouncer for sure. It's not in the list, but watch it.
Yeah.
And I'd say Van Damme has definitely had a better late career than Seagal has overall. Because Van Damme, every once in a while, he has a decent movie. He's got a couple with Dolph Lundgren. He's got that emotional role and JCVD. Seagal's just doing straight
he was
to
also
DVD
he
shit.
was also in oh my fuck. What the fuck? The one that's Stallone where he was a bad guy. He was amazing as a bad guy.
Expendables 2.
The Expendables 2. Fucking Van Damme was on fire in that. Like, he was just great. I was like, God damn, this is going to be a big fucking rubber band for his career, but it wound up hitting him in the taint, and he didn't go anywhere.
And
but
also, dude, Van Damme stayed in shape. Like, he can act. He's still there. Seagal, like, you could put him in Out for Justice today, and he just looks so not Steven Seagal, it wouldn't work. So Van Damme definitely had a better later career.
Seagal approaches his diet the same way that he approaches fighting. He's like, I don't have to move for you. I will stand here and eat. I like spaghetti and I like lasagna, and I will make your face lasagna. Like, it just doesn't okay, by the way, we got our tally. Thank you again, Courtney and Vinny. You guys are lifesavers here. So option 1 it's another run away. Option 1 has 58. And option 2, 24.
Closer.
Dead.
Closer.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw. Closer, better, warmer. Now it gets good. Yeah, in my opinion, it gets fucking good next. It gets really fucking good. Round 3. And so far, we agree with the audience, by the way.
Yeah.
Even though I love both those Seagal films, like, a lot. Those are Van Damme's 2 best films, in my opinion. But next we have Lionheart versus, oh man, Marked for Death.
Woo! I see without seeing, and my eyes see without eyes. What? Goddamn, I'm gonna kick your ass with my ponytail beads. Oh man, that's a good one.
It's gonna be good. So, guys, Jay, what should the next call sign be?
Oh, I got it. So when I go, see ya. When I go, see ya! That's how fucking Tommy from Power Rangers. He always would go, see ya. But okay, when I go, see ya! Begin. While I'll wait for Vinny and Courtney.
All right, let us know you're ready, dudes. I know you're working your asses off over there. Mark Caston says, I fight for me!
For me! For me! Just because I'm getting like $1 million fucking training equipment and drugs injected into my titties, I fight for me! Are you sure? Are you sure, Dolph?
Movie Juice, thanks, man. It says Van Damme is such an underrated actor, man. That scene when he gets the news from the doctor about Eric being paralyzed was intense. Love Kickboxer. So fucking true, man.
Oh yeah, so they threw his brother out in the middle of the street, and then they have an ambulance for him. That's fucking crazy good.
Absolutely. You know, he's got the language barrier. So sometimes his acting really, like, it's so good, but like people don't really give it the respect it deserves because he's also struggling with speaking like perfect English. But man, he's such a good actor and an underrated actor.
Well, and not just he's also a great actor. He's actually funny. Like he's comically gifted. Like he can really pull off some good comedy, but he never gets the chance. But either way, they're both ready. So
wait,
sit in.
Wait, I gotta put the thing up. I gotta put the thing up first. Don't vote yet. Don't vote.
Don't e-op. Don't e-op. Don't e-op.
Okay.
John Davis says he loves Dolph Lundgren. You know what's cool about Dolph Lundgren? Okay. See ya!
Vote now. Vote number 1 for Lionheart. Vote number 2 for Marked for Death.
John Davis says, I love Dolph Lundgren is actually he's an amazing guy and he's actually really smart. I think he's got a doctorate degree too.
Yeah,
like, he's not stupid.
No, it's like in nuclear physics or some shit.
Yeah, that motherfucker can not only whip your ass with his badassness, look good doing it, but he can like do your taxes and like fucking come up with a plan for world domination at the same time. Ridiculously talented guy. I always felt like Dolph Lundgren is one of those guys that just really got the bad end of the stick because he like. I'm not saying he blew up with the Rocky portrayal as Drago, but everybody remembers him as a Drago. I remember him in The Punisher in 1989.
Yeah.
And when he was butt naked in the sewer, and he didn't give a fuck about any kind of like sewer business in his wiener hole.
Dude, Big Trouble in Little China. He was fucking amazing. Not Big Trouble in Little China. Showdown in Little Tokyo. He was
great in that too.
Yeah. But what's your pick for this one, dude? Lionheart or Marked for Death?
See, I don't like that because that's a hard one. I like them both real fucking.
You'll hurt me, Steven.
You know what? I honestly, Lionheart. Man, okay. It was Lionheart versus who again? What was the other?
Marked for Death.
I'm gonna go with Lionheart, even though I've seen and I've watched Marked for Death probably slightly more because I love that fucking movie. It's brutal as fuck. It's amazing, and then like no shits are given in that. And I think Keith David was in that one too. Maybe I might be wrong, but I thought Keith David was in that one. But I'd pick Lionheart. Just like, dude, he's so good at like having these inspirational stories. Jean-Claude is, and like that's another thing. And he doesn't do it for the money. Well, he's doing it for the money, but he's like giving it all away, and he's trying to take care of his family that's left behind. And he comes up in that music and shit, and he's trying to slide it under the door to his sister-in-law or former sister-in-law. She's like, I don't want your money, and he's like, but I was just trying to do right, or so. I was like, God damn it! Just take the money. Just take the fucking money. He fought in a pool that was cleared out with concrete everywhere. He could have died.
He almost did die in that scene too.
Yeah.
Lionheart to me is the Tony Hawk's pro skater version of Bloodsport. Like, it's kind of wild. It's kind of out there. He fights in an empty pool. It's kind of rogue. He fights in a parking lot. It's strange, but it's the same story as Bloodsport. And at that point, to me, we've already done Bloodsport and we've already done Kickboxer. And Lionheart he has his own friend betting against him. He's like, you bet wrong, or whatever. Like, he's laying there bleeding and get the shit kicked out of him. But then again, they kind of did the exact same movie 3 times in 3 different ways with that. So by the time it got to Lionheart, it didn't have the same panache that Bloodsport or Kickboxer had, but it was still a great movie, and it was filled with heart.
Yeah, and when that guy, when he's
you love about Van
Damme.
Damme.
Remember when he's all bloodied up, and the guy was like, just stay down, Lionheart. I put it all on us. He goes, you made the wrong bet. I loved it, dude, because it's like, hey, bitch, you fucking doubt me. You doubted me, and I'm ready to, like, spin kick this cocksucker's head off.
It could have literally, stop voting, everybody, by the way, but it could have been literally a remake of Bloodsport. I mean, it could have been. Mm-hmm. Down to the people hunting him down, as Forrest Whitaker was doing in Bloodsport to stop him from fighting in the Kumite. He had these people, the cops, hunting him down, and they took him away from the family, and they let him go at the end. It literally would have been a remake of Bloodsport with a different title.
Know, because, in Bloodsport, it was different. It was the military hunting. In this one, he was an escaped criminal. Yeah. And also, the guy, and in Bloodsport, he was doing it for the honor of his Shidoshi. He didn't even have to do it. In this one, he had no choice but to do it. Like, his family, his leftover family was going to die or be evicted.
I'm just talking about the main
and I can't remember that one chick's name, the little girl. She looks real fucking familiar. The red hair girl, his niece.
Yeah, I don't remember. But then you got Mark for Death, and I saw a lot of 2s in here, by the way. This is going to be a very interesting vote, by the way, when it comes out. But Mark for Death is one of the few times in Steven Seagal's career that he was up against a force bigger than himself. Those bad guys in Mark for Death made that fucking movie scary, and they made it what it fucking was, man. Like, I don't know how he's going to deal with it.
Yeah, dude, Mark for Death was one of those, because it dealt with voodoo and shit, and was kind of fucking freaky on the outskirts, and you're dealing with Steven Seagal, who doesn't take any bullshit, and then it's like voodoo on the outskirts. You're like, I don't know what's happening. But I know that Steven Seagal's going to save the day with his ponytail. Okay, dude. Dude, you talking about fucking close? You ready for this, motherfucker? Huh? Oh, my God, dude. I feel like we're in an NCAA fucking March Madness game, and this shit was the bottom line buzzer. Wow. All right, man. Somebody's butt is going to be sweating because option 1 has 34. Okay? Option 2? Fuck it. 35.
Oh,
35, dude.
Damn.
One motherfucking vote.
Mark for Death beat Lionheart? We're in for some shit.
I'm double checking. Yeah. Everybody say that's the closest poll ever. Vinny says closest poll ever. This is as close as that kick in time cop. Yeah. If she farts, she'll get ahead of the pot, Vinny. Holy shit. That's close. A fucking nail biter, dude.
This close. Wow.
That was,
Wow. Mark for Death wins.
Yeah, dude. Smaller than the minutes it takes for me to have perfect sex with a girl.
Holy shit, man. That's fucking crazy.
That was cool, man. Give yourself a head. That's it. Yeah, I fucking love that shit.
That's awesome shit, man.
That's yeah, man.
Good as
fuck. Damn. And I gotta be happy because I'm, I love Lionheart and I voted for it for myself personally, but goddamn, you cannot fucking get away from how good Mark for Death was. It was violent, over the top violent. He breaks that motherfucker's arm in 18 places and just like, like, remember when they're in the jewelry store and like fucks them up? Oh my Jesus!
Wow, man, so fucking close. I love it. That's what I'm talking about. I love it. And either way, it's a coin flip for me. I think I would have picked Mark for Death because it's a different version of Seagal, whereas Lionheart is the same typical stuff for Van Damme. So interesting that you guys picked that. I really thought Lionheart.
Courtney says closest vote ever. Most controversial vote was Dream Warriors versus H2 or 2018. But yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, you guys aren't dodging the bullets tonight necessarily. That was just a good, clean vote, and they both could have gone. Like that was a fucking section. Oh my God, I love it.
That's good.
I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Oh God,
right. I gotta go pee though.
All right. Take you a pee, and when you get back, I'll pee, and then we'll go with round 4. Round 4, you guys, is going to be real fucked up. Round 4, it gets even more interesting, in my opinion, because you got Double Impact versus, what do we got? Out for Justice. Ooh. Oh, man, that's a good one. Now, I'll give you guys what my votes were for the first three as we were going. My votes were Bloodsport, they were Kickboxer, and they were actually marked for death. So I'm actually dead on with the audience today on this one. And we'll see what it's going to be when we get to Double Impact versus Out for Justice. God damn, everybody loves Double Impact, you know, and Out for Justice. But Double Impact with the, because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits no problem. I fucking love that movie, man. Then Out for Justice, like we were talking earlier. Anybody seen Richie? Anybody seen Richie? I'm gonna keep coming back until you tell me. It was like Desperado when he's like, I'm looking for a man named Bucho. Not yet. So fucking good. I'm excited. I know a lot of people saying they didn't get their vote in. I mean, it's the way the toilet spins down the drain, my friends. You know. Gotta get it in. Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get. Anyways, Kendo Snake Gaming. Dude, Kendo Snake Gaming is the coolest fucking name I've ever seen in my life, by the way. It says Favre TD for the win. That's fucking funny as shit. Dude, I watched the Packers Super Bowl against the Broncos again the other day, and it broke my heart all over again. I was such a young boy when that game happened. My mother took me to JCVD that day and literally bought me Green Bay Packers comforter and pillowcases, and like I had it all set up in my room, and I was really excited to celebrate the Super Bowl. And then the Packers lost, and I had to sleep like a bitch in my Packers bedding after the loss. It was horrible. It was the first time I felt the pain of a sports loss. It's awful. But anyways, Mr. Silk Underwear. Mark Dorman says I might be all in on JCV tonight. I get both of them. Mr. Bean versus Pee Wee. That's funny as fuck. Big surprise. Huge
I would
surprise.
take Mr. Bean.
Yeah, definitely. He'd beat the shit
Are
out
you
of him.
threatening me, punk?
Yeah, he'd be like, oh.
That goes magic.
Oh. All right, I'll be right back and we'll get into the vote.
All right, guys. That was sexy. That was a good vote. That was some fucking... I didn't know what was going to happen there. I thought that Lionheart might win it because I figured like most people were more into that, like kind of, you know, coming from behind and being like the underdog in the story, rising up. But, you know, you can't deny the Seagalness. Like the Seagalness at that point is like, that's what you want to be. Like badass fucking kung fu man. All right, Mr. Karate Man, like from Blank Man. And he whoops that ass. Brandon Goulet, I love Bolo Young. He's fucking awesome, and he still looks good for his age. I think he's in over 70 years old. He was pretty old when they did Bloodsport. I think he was in his early 50s, and he looked good as shit. The way he like does his pectoral titties, I don't want to fuck with that. When he's walking towards you, like he means business. He's gonna take you down to Chinatown. You're fucked. Shide Garcia, my favorite song. I don't have. That's a really good one. I have a lot of favorite. One song that I do all the time at karaoke is "Bust a Move" by Young MC. I don't know if that's my favorite song, but it's the one I'm most familiar with that I can do it at karaoke. But yeah, there's so many good ones. I can't really pick one. I love "Pour Some Sugar on Me" too by the Leopard of Death. They're not deaf. They're fucking awesome leopards. That's a terrible joke. Yes, Josh, you love coming from behind, especially when they're not expecting it, right? Okay. Tomo Agato, Jay, who would you rather fight, Peak Van Damme or Peak Seagal? Neither. Like, I mean, if I had to pick either one of those, like at their prime, I don't know. Maybe I'd fight Seagal. No, I wouldn't. He just has a mean face. Like, he would do something more to me than just knock me out. Like, Seagal, I would rather fight Van Damme, because if I fought Seagal in his peak, that motherfucker would break something over my face and then just for good measure, like, dislocate my hip and then break my leg into 18 different pieces. Fuck that. And then, like, wear it, like, have a little piece of bone as an earring. I'm not doing that. So, yeah, I'd fight Van Damme. I mean, I'd get my ass whooped, but Seagal would just do way worse. Brent Appleman, sorry. Sup, Jay? Did you all like JCVD as a bad guy? Ever watch No Retreat and No Surrender? Yeah, dude. It's weird. I love that song from No Retreat, No Surrender. I've never seen the movie, but that one, I have it on my playlist too. I listen. It's fucking awesome. It gets you going. It really gets you in the mood. It's like I'm gonna walk 2 miles a day, but then you realize you got to drink, so you're like, fuck it. But I haven't seen it, but I like him as a bad guy. I really liked him a lot in the Expendables 2 as a bad guy. I mean, I was actually surprised at how good he was as a bad guy. And he looked normal with his sunglasses on when he was like, I was like, damn, he hasn't aged a bit. But when he took his sunglasses off, I was like, oh, shit. What the fuck happened to you? You look like Keith Richard. Jay, I had to ditch the Merkins live just to watch you guys. Well, thank you so much. You didn't have to ditch them. They're awesome fucking dudes. But thank you. Hello. I hope it's all good times. I'm all ears. What's that? Which movie will Under Siege be going against? I don't remember, Luke Stoltz, which movie that we had it on the list. Josh Weaver says Loomis and Michael versus JCVD and Seagal. I think that Loomis wouldn't have to do shit just to stand there and watch Michael fucking decimate him because he can't fucking die. Doesn't matter how many times you do a fucking roundhouse kick to their face. You just keep coming and be like, I think at that time Loomis will just be sitting in the corner like trying to write a book about the violence of ponytails and Belgian people. I don't know. Johnny G, who's got the bigger nutsack for real? I don't know. That'd be the powder. Yeah, it would. Craig Phillips, Jay, can Loomis tell my son congratulations on passing 5th grade and going into middle school? Yeah. Congratulations on passing the grade of 5th. You're moving into another world, another school. It's the school of the middle. A little larger than what you left before. A little smaller than what's become, meaning high school. But in middle school, make sure you find out what you want to become. A psychiatrist. That's right. Do that. Congratulations. And I hope your graduation went well. And I hope that everything coming into the future goes awesome for you. That's what they're saying, right? Awesome. That's the new one. Awesome. Love it. Hi, Furball. Yeah, John Halliday, exactly. Fight Van Damme, he will leave you breathing. You're fucking absolutely right. If you fight Seagal, he'll rip your goddamn throat out and then stomp on your nuts just for good measure because he's mad. Thank you. So Movie Juice says JCVD would make a good Saget. Still might. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I mean. Ricardo Diaz says Van Damme is invincible when music comes on. You are fucking absolutely right. If you play any kind of like sultry jazz, Van Damme is going to whoop that ass. That is his venom juice, like Bane. Like that's what he pumps into his system.
Yeah, I agree with what you said.
Where are you?
I'm a whore.
Yeah.
Is everybody ready? Huh?
Where are you at?
What?
Oh no, you're okay. No, it's so weird. Dude. I thought you weren't here yet because your screen is frozen where you left.
Oh.
So I was just thinking. I was like, did you somehow find like you went wireless and are outside somewhere?
I'm in the closet. All right, are Vinny and sorry that took so long, guys. Are Vinny and Courtney ready for the vote?
Vinny is ready. I'm waiting on Courtney.
Stacked dead actors.
Sean Turner says, you guys got any commentaries planned? Yeah, we got a few. Faux show.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
There's some stuff coming out.
We definitely want to get into doing the Nightmare commentaries. That's one that we've never done. I don't know if we'll hold it out all the way to October, but that's a possibility. But those are definitely going to happen at some point. And then we got the monthly Patreon commentary. Some good picks in that, by the way. Some people picked Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was RoboCop, The Breakfast Club. So however that plays out.
I'm thinking about going out for a scholarship. They're both ready.
Okay. All right. Guys, when I say... Wait, don't vote yet.
Sade Garcia says, Mike and Jay, I'm going to go watch the Merkins live. Bye. Bye.
Well, fuck you too. No, I'm kidding. Enjoy.
Give them our best.
We got a Merkins reaction coming up in a couple days. All right. When I say no problem, you're going to vote number 1 for Double Impact or number 2 for Out for Justice. Now, because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits. No problem. Vote now. Vote number 1 for Double Impact and vote number 2 for Out for Justice. What's your pick, dude?
I'll do Why do you bring? You know what I feel like? I feel like Daniel Craig in Casino Royale when the guy keeps slapping me in the nuts with the fucking the ball thing. You know when I'm being tortured in the little chair. I'm gonna have to go with Double Impact, dude. I love fucking Double Impact. Chad and Alex, he did a great job playing both characters, and they both have distinct personalities. I know it's the same. It's Van Damme playing both sides, but damn, he played because Alex is so different, and he's got like his slick back hair, and he doesn't have Mr. Silk underwear or anything like that, but he's a badass, and he knows how. He's from the streets and he understands things. Chad's a little kind of a pussy bitch from California, raised different. And not to mention you have that sexy ass Frisk scene.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, and I love the brothers thing. I love that they come together and they fight together and then they have like a moment. I don't know. I just think it's great. Out for Justice is still great. It's one of his better ones, but dude, Double Impact. To me, Double Impact is one of Van Damme's last really good ones that came out.
Dude, I'm fucking hardcore Out for Justice on this one. I like Double Impact. It's got some great one-liners. It's got some good moments in it. But to me, the gimmick of them doing the twins thing was just like took away from it a little bit for me. Out for Justice to me was dude, Seagal. It was like a mob film tied in with a Seagal film, which was so weird the way they mixed that all up. And his friend gets shot, and he's going through a divorce, and he's going through all that shit. And William Forsythe as a bad guy with no conscience whatsoever, dude. Like he walks up to that girl, she's like, "Move your fucking car," and he gets out and shoots her in the head. Like he was scary. He was really fucking scary. And Seagal was pissed in that movie. You got the scene when he walks into the bar, and he's like, as we were talking about earlier, he's like, "Has anybody seen Richie?" But when he beats everybody in that one dude the whole time was like, "You ain't nothing with that badge and that gun. You ain't nothing with that badge and that gun." And he goes over and he takes the fucking clip out and he's like, "Now, who wants the badge? Who wants it? This is your prize. Come get it." And he beats the fuck out of everybody in that room, man. That movie is so full of like that.
It was really good.
It's the most swagger for a guy who's got a lot of swagger. I don't think Seagal's ever had more swagger than he had in fucking Out for Justice, man.
Yeah, and he was still kind of thin in that one. Like you can actually believe his kicks.
Yeah,
Seagal rarely does kicks, but like when he did one, you're like, oh yeah, okay, he can actually pull that out.
All right, voting is ended on this one, but yeah, so that's the first one I think that we defer on for the most part. But yeah, dude, Out for Justice is just so good.
I also is weird, dude. I like for me, I just saw Double Impact so many fucking times when I was a kid. I loved the fuck out of that movie. Like, and I mean, my brother and I would like fucking talk all the time. Like, who would you rather be, Chad or Alex? Because it was so convincing to us, like how well he did. Again, that's a credit to Van Damme's acting ability. Like he was able to have two distinct personalities.
That's true. That was some Eddie Murphy shit he was doing.
That was some good shit. Yeah.
Sean Davis says, Professor. "Hey everyone, thanks a lot, Sean. Really appreciate it, man." It says, "Hey everyone, drunk, pantsless. Can you not only fight 6 but engage 600? Well, I can. Never took a lady to a JCVD movie. Not going to see that guy's dick print and think you're getting that from me. Stay pantsless."
That's true.
I get
it.
Yeah,
dude. I gotta agree with Sean there. There's one thing about like Jean-Claude, dude, is not only was he a good-looking guy, like way better looking than Seagal is. They always did when he had a sex scene show his bubble ass when he got up and he's all tan. There's no tan lines. That motherfucker
muscles?
Lays naked at Suncoast. And he doesn't give a fuck. And it's like you're like. And he's got his abs all out in his chest, and you're like, oh, fuck.
Oh, dude.
And you're looking at your girl, and you're like, hey, you know what I can do? Like, they're like, what? I was like, I could put together a birdhouse.
Dude, wait till you watch a movie by Van Damme, if nobody has ever seen this, by the way, called Dead Heat, and or Desert Heat, and he's literally, a girl walks in his room, and he's literally fucking 2 girls at the same time, and he's like holding up one of them butt naked and just like going to town, and it's like Jean-Claude.
That's just his real life. That's what he did. Oh, dude. Okay. Oh, Courtney's got another good one.
Oh,
Another
shit.
good one. I'm telling you all right now, it feels like we're in like an Elite Eight game. I am so goddamn happy Duke's losing. I mean, if you're a Duke fan, it sucks for you, Blue Devils. You
God,
fucking
I
Blue
miss
Devils.
sports.
No, okay, dude. Option 1 has 33. And option 2, yeah, 36.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Seagal with another upset.
By 3, dude. By
Wow.
3. The last was 1. That is fucking insane. I
That's
feel
nuts.
like someone's buying players.
Dude,
That's
it is
good, man.
It is
That's so
tied.
good.
I think this is the first time we've ever had this. Through 4 movies, it is tied up 2-2. 2 for fucking Van Damme and 2 for Seagal with some good matches coming up, dude. Wow, great job, chat. Give yourselves a round of applause. This shit's fun as fuck.
That's some good
Big
shit,
surprise.
man. That is some good shit.
Huge surprise.
Yeah, that is a huge surprise. Not his dick.
Thank you very fucking much, Mud Nelson. Really appreciate that, man. And Drew Clayton says, "Whose hot dog is this, huh?" Downfall Seagal. Not just that scene, but there's another scene in that movie where he's driving through the streets and he really wanted to like seem like he was integrated with the neighborhood. He's like, "You're not from the neighborhood. You don't understand. You're not from me. You don't understand." But at one point, he's driving the neighborhood and this hooker walks up to him and all you see is her tits, and she's like, "What a fuck." It's Seagal. Seagal just goes. And he pulls up to some homeless dudes. He's like, "Did you hear what she said?" He's like, "No, man. What'd she say? What'd she say?" He's like, that movie's so fucking funny, dude. Oh shit! Wow, gosh,
that was good. That was a good one. And you know what? All these movies are so good that we've had in the arena that I can't argue. Argue. I'm not disappointed at all. I feel like I know that my team lost, but like at the same time, I'm really rooting for Rudy, so I don't give a fuck. Because I thought it was over as soon as we started. I thought a lot of people were going to go on Van Damme's side, and it was just going to be like a complete sweep. Yeah. So I feel like Seagal came in as like a fatter version of Rudy from the movie, and now he's winning. Like he's kind of like he's in the race. Like he got his letter from Notre Dame, bitch. Oh thank God. Oh thank God. And I'm starting to get a little weepy.
It's crazy. Oh no, not at all. Eclipse. Jim Carrey versus Adam Sandler movies. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby. Jim Carrey every day.
Yeah, I got to go with Jim, man. Like, I think I saw that on Facebook. Somebody was like, if one movie disappeared forever, like it was Jim Carrey or like all their movies, Jim Carrey, Adam Sandler, and there was a couple others. Like, I would have to say goodbye, Swan. Goodbye, Swan.
That's Jim Carrey all day. Are Vinny and Courtney ready? Because this next one's going to bring the thunder up your butt crack.
Vinny says fat Seagal already. It shows him eating a carrot. He's trying to do something. Waiting on Courtney. Yeah, I think also I think that Jean-Claude has really like bought a lot of appeal back to him. I mean, he always had appeal because he was a good-looking guy and he was kind of like soft-spoken and whatever. But like he's out there and he's still trying. He's still trucking. Seagal, on the other hand, is like a guy that he looks like he works at a pizzeria and has like flour stains all over him and just like treats his wife like trash, and he comes out because he's badass. Like he looks like a mean stepfather now, like an overweight beer belly stepfather, and he doesn't give a shit. And dude, he tried to take fucking credit for that UFC fighter. I was like, dude, you didn't do anything.
That's like, and that's the thing with Seagal. If he would just like sit back and like have some humbleness to him and be like, I was great once, I was great at what I did, and I'm really appreciative of where I stand. Instead, he's trying to take credit for UFC fights, shit like that. Like if he did work at that pizzeria, someone would be like, hey, can I get a pineapple pizza? And he's like, I invented that, right? That was my idea.
That motherfucker. He's a fucking Pillsbury doughboy with a ponytail. They're both ready.
Okay, here we go. Jay, make up I got the hiccups. Holla if you hear me. Vote. Make up your call sign. What do you think it's going to be for Universal Soldier versus Under Siege? When Jay says his call sign, you'll vote, but not yet.
All right. So when I say down by the creek, walking on water, that's your call sign.
All right, is everybody ready?
Down by the creek, walking on water.
Vote now. Vote number 1 for Universal Soldier. Vote number 2 for Under Siege. Jay, what do you?
You know what? I'll tell you what. while Universal Soldier did have Dolph Lundgren, it's actually a decent story about them being Vietnam veteran buddies and like Dolph Lundgren going crazy like in Apocalypse Now and all that shit. And they bring them back and they're kind of like Terminators or some shit. It's cool. It's got some funny scenes and moments in it. But the girl was kind of annoying, the journalist that ran around with him, the reporter. Like, bitch, just fucking go back to TMZ. Nobody wants you here now. But Under Siege is fucking, it's Under Siege, dude. Like, it's Steven Seagal, fucking Gary Busey. It's got get out of here. And it's also got the fucking Hollywood Hogan, bow, 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 like, and it's got Tommy Lee Jones, as the villain.
Well said. I agree with you. I love Universal Soldier. Like, I love that movie so much because, like, just like you said it in the beginning, you've got that awesome Vietnam storyline where Dolph Lundgren has the fucking ears as the neck or as the necklace and shit like that, and then you got the awesome scene with JCVD in the because he's a machine and he's in the diner and he's like eating mashed potatoes. He's like fucking shit up and it's like they're trying to fuck with him. He's like,
I love that scene. That scene's funny as fuck.
And it's like, I just want to eat. Shit's the greatest.
That's like when you're hungover, but people keep bothering you for the check. Like, I just want to.
Or when your mom wants you to clean your room, but you're trying to eat your pizza rolls. But Under Siege, man, like I got to give it to Under Siege here because it's one of the few times out of all these things that Seagal got put into a blockbuster movie that was really smart and well done and very, very fucking poignant. Like they're on that ship. I'm Casey Robb, I'm just a lowly cook. That's all I am. He was a cook on the ship. He's, his whole character there, man. And again, like you said, another great villain. Tommy Lee Jones as the villain. You got the knife fight at the end, and you actually got to see them. Tommy Lee Jones. Imagine if that happened today. Like if Tommy Lee Jones was gonna go up against Steven Seagal today, we'd shit our pants. But they fight in that fucking control room with the knives, and he's doing all that shit. Not just them, but Gary Busey in that movie too, right? Fucking you can't.
And he wasn't all the way crazy Gary yet.
Yeah,
I mean, he was close to being crazy Gary, but he wasn't all the way there yet. Like, dude, and not to mention the fact that the supporting cast around Seagal in that movie, like as the good guys, were fucking incredible.
Yeah,
they were all good.
It was way better movie than Seagal usually got to be in. And it was so good for the time. So, all right, stop
and
voting.
You know that Seagal couldn't be on a boat now because he'd sink that shit. No, I really feel bad. You know what?
I invented the ocean.
He's let it. Yeah, he's like one time. I said to myself, "This planet needs to be wet," and then I called in the Atlantic and Pacific, and it happened.
And
you would know
the
this
stripper coming out of the cake. The stripper that came out of the cake.
Yeah, but it was a great movie. Like to me, it's Under Siege. Mike's Under Siege, but. And Vinny said that fucking Seagal is training to be in the next Super Mario Brothers right now, as him or Luigi.
It's like he's Mario, and then DMX can be Luigi.
You know what's always crazy? If I watch Under Siege though, it's like, do you always want turkey or something? Because remember they're cutting that fucking turkey, and they're like, it's like, damn, that looks good as fuck. We got any bologna?
And
that's all I got.
He had those guns that he was working with too. You don't see Seagal do a lot with guns,
dude,
but like they were doing with those machine guns. They look cool as fuck.
KC Ryback, dude. One of the coolest things about that. Remember when he makes that fucking bomb out of like flour and goddamn baking soda or whatever he uses? He's like, what do you do? He's like, I'm making a bomb. He's like, yeah, you just know that.
Yeah, Seagal took that role really seriously. I feel like I think he did a good job of it. But but Van Damme, the Universal Soldier thing was perfect too, where he had to play like the robot. He had to get in the ice and cool down. Both great movies, man. I love them both.
It's always weird to me with that movie, Universal Soldier, because I feel like it. I don't know, man. It was like a solid entry, but compared against something like Under Siege, where that actually felt like a blockbuster movie. Versus like a solid entry from Van Damme.
Yeah.
And Dolph Lundgren never gets credit, dude. Like, dude, remember that grocery store scene in Universal Soldier? Yeah. And he's like going crazy and he's like, nobody cares. And he's like pulling out the fucking dead teammate from the meat locker. He's like, there, look at it. It's weird.
And then the final fight too at the barn in front of Van Damme's parents. Where they had that like it was very Lethal Weaponish because they fought in like the rain and shit like that. Such a good fight in that too. That was an awesome movie. Passion, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. It says found you guys a couple months back, and I can't tell you how many hours you've gotten me through while working. Drink one on me. This is for you, sir. Thank you very much for that. Really appreciate it. We're glad as fuck you found us, man.
Vinny prefaced it, and then Courtney delivered it. This was a close one as well, Vinny says, and it fucking is. Oh my God. All right. You ready to get your biscuits baked?
Show me the biscuits baking.
They're not from Popeyes or KFC. They're homemade. Option 1 has 40. Option 2, 43.
Oh, damn. Wow, dude. Oh, fuck.
I know. I did not see that coming with fucking telescopes that belong to the best 20/20 vision guy of all time. I couldn't see it coming.
Dude, Seagal is winning right now, you guys. You guys understand that? Like, I don't think anybody saw this fucking shit coming.
I did not. I really didn't.
Wow. This is awesome.
This is fucking... God damn it. Welcome to the final boss in Dark Souls, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to get rough.
I expected Seagal to win some late rounds, but I did not expect him to be ahead of
I thought Seagal was going to be like in real life, and he was going to like start out ahead, like running, and to get really tired. But no, God damn, man, this is fun. Man. Like, holy shit, I didn't see that coming at all. Like, Samuel says, "Let's go, Steven." Like the way that Samuel says it's like, do you know him? If you know him, I love him, and nothing I've said negative about him is real.
Dude, I think this is so far the tightest vote we've ever had. Like, by far the tightest of all these
Friday Night
franchise
fun.
fights.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome. Nick Mundell.
Go ahead.
Nick Mundell, thanks, man. He says, "Hey guys, I chimed in on the monthly commentary with Slaughter High. If you haven't seen this, Jim, trust me. Boobs, blood, and blue ribbon. Cheers." That sounds like the old Band-Aids. Band-Aids. Boobs, blood, and Pabst Blue Ribbon. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Slaughter High. I've never seen that, man. We'll have to check it out for sure. Thank you. Dude, are you? Let me know, Vinny and Courtney, when you guys are ready, because the next one's a fucking doozy too.
Troll Nation says, "I agree, Vinny. Was my toughest vote. That was a hard one. That you know, we picked Under Siege pretty quickly, but Universal Soldier, still a good flick. Yeah. But you got to give it to Seagal. You got to give it to the ponytail on that one. Plus, he looked good in Chef's robe. Like, I mean, what if he started? You know how like fucking what's his name that does the fucking Hell's Kitchen?
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. What if it was Seagal? You better fucking cook that pork roast right, bitch.
Lowly cook.
You know, I feel like he treat a guy like he did at Glimmer. It's like, you talk too much, and then smack him in the face.
Ethan C says, "I missed Mike's quarantine hair." Katie Long says, "Jay Seagal joke. I can't breathe." It's so funny.
But he better never fucking hear about it, because I'll be dead tomorrow.
You will die, sir.
I won't be above the law. I'll be below the ground.
Above the law. Fire down below.
That's Brandon Berry. Above the law, below the ground.
Brandon Berry says, "Who wins, Seagal or Diamond Dallas Page?" I love Diamond Dallas Page. Love him. Awesome dude. One of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Seagal would fucking break his limbs, dude.
Who, DDP?
Yeah. No chance.
Oh, yeah, man. The Diamond Cutter would be a diamond fuck. I shouldn't have done that. Yeah. Because he's a good guy, though. Like, honestly, DDP is one of the, like, actually most genuine, sincere guys I've ever seen in my life. What he did for Scott Hall and Jake the Snake Roberts is fucking incredible. Yeah. Amazing guy. Courtney says, Goatee Seagal is ready. And Vinny is ready as well.
Okay. All right, guys. So, when I say... No, wait, let me type this out real quick. Nobody vote yet. Nobody vote until I give the call sign. When I say... Yeah, I gotta type.
Damn, dude, this is the most I've drank in like 24 hours. I felt like I was on a roll.
Now, when I say, "I don't want to fight you," you're going to vote number 1 for Nowhere to Run. And you're going to vote number 2 for On Deadly Ground. Ready? "I don't want to fight you." Vote! Beginning voting now.
All right. It's weird on this one. I just got done watching Nowhere to Run. Yeah. Just got done. And On Deadly Ground, man, it's I don't know if I really like that one that much. What? You know what I mean? I don't hate it, but comparative. Nowhere to Run is cool because you've got the motherfucker that played Buffalo Bob in it. Mm-hmm. Ted Levine is the bad guy. He's like, "It puts the signature on the deed or it gets the barn fire again."
Give me a fucking thumb.
It gets the bonfire again unless the signature goes on the deed. It's also got fucking Denominus from Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey is the main bad guy, and fucking Fuller from Home Alone is the little kid.
Yeah.
And I think that Van Damme does really well, like, doing the little, family thing is actually good. But I was telling Mike before the stream, the thing about that movie, it's boring. There's a lot of boring scenes in it. It's like, it's more like a fucking like episode of Little House on the Prairie in some ways, because he's like, I'm on the run from the cops, but I didn't kill him. And, the whole thing. On Deadly Ground is still the badass Seagal. Like, it's still going to give you the action that you need.
Yeah.
And the desire that you want.
Yeah.
But it's not going to deliver all the way, but it's still good.
So which one did you pick?
I gotta go out. I gotta be on Deadly Ground.
Oh, yes. I understand that pick, but I'm going to go Nowhere to Run because it's actually one of my favorite Van Damme movies because it's one of the movies early in his career that it came out and everybody expected the typical Van Damme film like people typically expect Seagal's film to be. But when it came out, there's not a lot of action in it, but he played a good dude. He was framed or whatever it was. He played a good dude. He showed up. The family storyline was there. It felt like a Mel Gibson type movie, really. Like it felt like like Forever Young or some shit like that, like early in Mel Gibson's career. And like the bad guys are coming in, they're trying to take the farm. I think it's the same chick who's in The Whole Nine Yards. As you got that little kind of French chick, but she's in the country, and they have sex. They have hot sex, and like he's.
I always I fast forwarded that scene. I fast forward all the scenes with Jean-Claude because it makes me feel guilty about my own body when I look in the mirror. Because he's such a good-looking guy. You're like, you know what? If I ever let my girlfriend or any person that I'm interested in dating watch this film, fuck it. I'm gonna have to spend the next 6 to 8 months in a gym and have a fucking spray tan.
They find him in the barn or whatever. Like he's this con on the run. Like it was an emotional movie for Jean-Claude at that time, and I thought he knocked it out of the fucking park. And it's one of the movies. Sam. But when you go to watch it, it feels so different from the blood sports and the kickboxers. It's a nice reprieve when you go to watch all the JCVD movies. Like, to hit Nowhere to Run, I'm always excited about it because it's so different from everything else in his catalog. On Deadly Ground, you got good scenes in it when he beats up the gas man from Dumb and Dumber. Remember, he fucks him up in the bar? And you got those weird Eskimo scenes that are going on when he's trying to be like I've been an Italian once, and now I'm going to be an Eskimo. Like, Steven Seagal is so full of himself. He thinks that he is everything to everyone. And that movie just it did have some environmental shit to say in it, and that was kind of fun. But it's definitely Nowhere to Run for me. Stop voting, by the way. I think we got all the votes in.
Nowhere to Run, like, again, I think it was because, and as I mentioned to Mike off stream before we started, it's because that Jean-Claude was coming off such a hot ticket. Like, when you went and see the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, you knew that it was going to be like some action shit. It was going to be all fucking about above the belt. We're going to fuck shit up. And then there's like maybe a good sentimental moment in that. Like, the whole thing was like, I like to farm. Fuck it. I broke out of prison. And the guy that broke me out died, and now I just happened to, stumble upon your farm that's in trouble, and I'm gonna fuck you and maybe raise your kids, and I'll help you out. I know karate.
God, I hope an ex-convict falls on my farm. It felt so.
I remember I went and seen that movie in the theater, dude, with my uncle. It was one of the first times he took me to see a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie. It came out like 94, 95, and I remember leaving the theater like, is that it? If I wanted a kiss, I would have called your mother. I felt like just let down. But then again, at the same time, I pick On Deadly Ground, and Vinny C did have a good point. It had Michael Caine in it as well, which I forgot. But On Deadly Ground, at least I didn't enjoy it necessarily. It wasn't, but it was at least still in line with the action stuff that I was seeking.
Yeah,
to
me, Fire Down Below, which we'll get to. It's Seagal's last movie on this list. Is almost like, it's just like, I always tie Fire Down Below and On Deadly Ground together. Like, they always just seem like the kind of the same.
Yeah, they're hard to differentiate because they both seem like the same kind of thing. Okay, so this one is not that necessarily close. Now we're like pulling away. We're in the final four, and the team that shouldn't be there, the 16 seed, is finally, goodbye, fuckers. You should have been here. You shouldn't have been here.
I have no idea who's going to win this one.
Right. Option one has 36. Option 2, 22.
Oh, wow. Okay, less
Yeah.
votes by far for this one. But
Yeah.
182 viewers, by the way, right now. Exactly.
Hey, fuck yeah. Welcome to the show.
Blink!
Welcome to the show. Pants are not necessary, and we're all going to be rubbing ourselves with Jello nipple shots.
When that dude
What?
was like, I gotta leave, I'm going to watch the Merkin stream.
That was Shide
like,
Garcia,
dude,
yeah.
like 25 people left. They're like, oh, the Merkins are streaming? I was like, you bastards!
Oh, did they? I didn't know they left. You fuckers. I'm going to write all. You know what? You're off my fucking like Sears catalog mailing list for the Christmas times. You're off of it.
But Nowhere to Run wins. We love the Merkins, dude. They're awesome dudes. We're going to have another stream with them very soon. Nowhere to Run wins. So that evens this shit up, dude. This thing is neck and fucking neck.
I love it.
3-3.
I love it.
Fucking so good. So we're 3-3 right now, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 categories left. And it's
Troll
tied
Nation
up.
said, where did the votes go? What the fuck is going on? What is happening? Like, it's true. Like, I'm asking myself the same question. Fuckers aren't voting. Rock the vote, MTV.
Dude, this next one is tough. It's gonna be a hard target versus Under Siege 2.
Yeah, I've
Dark
got mine.
territory. So are Vinny and Courtney ready? We'll get right back into this dirty bitch.
Vinny says Courtney and him are on the hit list of those that left.
Mother
Guard
Mayhem.
yourself well, child. Guard yourself well.
Mother Mayhem says, "How's your beard hair, Mike? I have nothing to contribute but super chats." All right, look, here's the deal. All right, I dyed my beard hair once. All right, that's the truth. She's telling the truth.
When did you dye it?
I dyed it a couple months ago because, like,
Did you really?
Yeah, dude. Because like I got like when I was a kid, I was blonde.
I knew you smell like shoe polish.
So sometimes my beard comes in blonde and it just looks fucking weird. So I was like, you know, I'm at quarantine. I got nothing to do. So I got this like natural shit and I like fucking pasted on my beard and I tried to get it to match my hair. And now it's all gone. It's all grown out and cut off. But my beard was super dark there for a couple weeks. And like when I put that shit on, I was like, this shit fucking burns. I was running around the house like, I'm going to be indicted.
So you like I didn't know that, dude. I felt like so you try to spray paint your fucking beard
No,
like
dude,
Hollywood
it's like
Hogan.
a paste. It's like a paste you put on. It just makes it darker. Like I wanted it to match my hair because I felt like a fucking like now I'm embarrassed.
I got these fucking silver pubic hair coming in my chin beard, but I thought about doing the dyeing thing too, but then I was like, fuck it. I don't care. Like
it feels weird. I'm gonna do it again soon though, because it gave me like a fuller beard. Thanks for embarrassing me, Mother Maya.
They're both ready, by the way.
Okay, right before we do that, Ezekiel Harwood, thank you so much. Says, hey, longtime fan. Me and my kid watched your 2019 Halloween special, and she couldn't stop laughing. Any chance of a shout out to my kid, Eliana? Eliana, that is a beautiful fucking name, by the way. Sorry, I shouldn't have cursed when talking to your child, but hello, Eliana. You have an amazing name.
Is it Eliana or Ileana?
Eliana.
Yeah, because it reminds me of Colossus's little sister in the X-Men animation. It goes, Eliana. Yeah, that's a great name. Hello. Glad you liked our recap of the Halloween 2019. I hope we weren't too much of buttholes for you.
Yes. Yes. Listen to your parents. Be a good person. If your parents are cool enough to hang out and share these moments with you, they must be awesome as hell. So shout out to Eliana. Thank you, and thank you, Mother Mayhem. Courtney Reed says, Jay, please do Pamela Voorhees about Dr. Chalice before we get into the vote. So, Pamela Voorhees talking about Dr. Chalice. Baseball games.
I don't like baseball games, Dr. Chalice. It makes me very sick that that's all you do with your time. Mother doesn't like that when you come home and all you want to do is play catch-as-mitt in the room by yourself. Mother is disappointed, Dr. Chalice. You could have been more. You could have been like one of those successful businessmen on Nip Tuck.
Look, lady, I'm a doctor. Netflix. All right, Mom, I'm a doctor.
A doctor of disappointment. That should be your name, Dr. Chalice.
You're just like
Jason, a vengeful mother. Chop off his beard and mustache.
Just like
Mother says, do it, Jason.
You know, you need to come by and see your grandkids every once in a while I'm at the fucking bar. You know?
I have nobody to go with, Dr. Idiot.
That was good. All right, let's get the vote on.
Oh yeah, they're both. Yeah, dude, Vinny has seen this shit because he's like, Casey Ryback is on this train. Casey Ryback? Yes, he is. Yeah, that uncle of your Casey, he scares me, and I like it.
Make that the call sign, dude. Make that the call sign for this one. So
All right.
when Jay said your uncle Casey scares me and I like it, you're gonna vote number 1 for Hard Target and number 2 for Under Siege 2. Whatever Jay calls it out.
All right. You know that uncle of your Casey, he scares me. I like it.
Vote number 1 for Hard Target.
You know
Number 2 for Under Siege 2. What's your pick?
I'll tell you what, man. I'll tell you what. The more cinematic, successful movie, in my opinion, was Hard Target. It's John Woo. It's awesome. It's cool. He fucking knocks out a goddamn rattlesnake. And he bites off the tail. Like, I'm gonna wear that. And he has a mullet, and he makes it look good as fuck. That's Billy Ray Cyrus if he did Tai Chi. That's how he looks, or Taibo. But at the same time, I have watched Under Siege 2 more times than I've watched Hard Target, and the slow-mo shit on Hard Target does get a little tiresome. And Under Siege 2, it's not like what would be considered a great success in the movie theaters, but dude, the main guy, the main bad guy, or not the main bad guy, but the one that is in People Under the Stairs, is fucking awesome. He's scary as fuck.
He is.
He reminds me of like Nikolai or something from Resident Evil 3 with his silver hair and his big body, and like you're scared of him. And when she tries to mace him, he's like, after a while, it's just like pepper spray. And it's like, whoa, that motherfucker's scary as shit. And then that one that you know, the guy that looks like Seinfeld's fucking cousin with the crazy hair. And he's like, there's no way to turn this off. He's like, you telling me there's no way to turn that piece of shit off? He's like, no way. He shoots it.
So your pick's Under Siege 2?
Yeah, Under Siege 2.
Dude, for me, it's I love Under Siege 2. I love that fucking movie, man. It was so fun. I remember I have memories of like looking in the newspaper with my dad, and like I remember we were like Bob Evans with the family or whatever, and I was like, Under Siege 2 is out? Like, we're going to see that today, right? And they're like, yeah, we'll go see it today. Like, so pumped. Great memories of it. But for me, it's fucking Hard Target, man. Oh my God.
You can't go wrong with it.
Dude, Hard Target. So like you said, his hair, he was so fucking, he did a good job acting that movie. Dude, when he's on that fucking motorcycle, he hops up on a motorcycle on 2 legs and is fucking doing awesome badass shit. He's trying to hunt down that girl's vet dad. Lance Henriksen's in that fucking movie. You got that,
I love him.
His Uncle Brimley, or William Brimley or whatever, when they pull out that silver shotgun. Dude, it's and again, like, it's very original for Van Damme. It was a very out there role. He's from Louisiana. It was a totally different new role.
Did you really buy that he was from Louisiana though?
Not that much, but still, it was still fun.
But then again, I guess you could throw that in there because Louisiana, like, true Cajuns are French mixed with like Southern accents. And I know he's from Belgium, but he always had, you know, like in Nowhere to Run, he said he was from Quebec. So I don't know. I didn't.
John Woo, like, dude, fuck. I mean, John Woo and Jean-Claude Van Damme, Jesus.
It was great, but I think it's like John Woo like was ejaculating way too much when he kept doing slow-mo. It was like, dude, come on. Like, we get it. Like, he's fucking, like, he can really stretch his leg. And it's like, like, I know.
But I don't even have anything to say about Under Siege 2 because you said it perfectly. Yeah, you nailed exactly why that movie's fucking awesome. And by the way, the other bad guy, the smart bad guy with the little afro, that's also the bad guy in, the bad guy in Uncut Gems. By the way, like, dude, so, and you know what?
I didn't even take points away from Under Siege 2 for casting a young Katherine Heigl.
That's true, right?
As his niece. But yeah, I don't like that one movie because it's this and that. Like, bitch, you took a paycheck and Seth Rogen paid you. It was great. You're the only one that didn't have a good time. Why don't you go home?
Stop voting, everybody. Let the guys count it up. The vote's over with. But yeah, no, and like he's trying to protect his niece. He's throwing dudes off the train left and right.
It was cool. It was just fucking cool, man. Because it was like all that. It was like tight spaced. And it was like all about, like, I don't know, you didn't know what was gonna happen. It was just fucking badass. And then he recruits the guy that was doing, you know, that was a waiter, like, waitering.
Yeah,
he was fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, that guy was awesome too. But for it's Hard Target for me because there's just no movie like Hard Target. Yeah, I know that you got like there's 1,000 movies about people hunting people, but Jean-Claude Van Damme from Louisiana, like, tied into that situation.
Yeah,
so
it's
fucking
cool, man.
wild.
I
love them both.
Kyle Hamada says, my mama named me a chance because she decided to take one. I was like, yeah, but that sounds like a great line for Jean-Claude to fucking say, like, to get her in bed. It's kind of cutesy, and he's a good-looking guy with a mullet. Fuck it.
I do. I want to watch it right now. Just talking about it. I want to watch all
I
these
haven't seen
movies
it
right now.
in a
Just
few
talking
years,
about
but
it.
yeah, but dude, it's weird. Like for me, like I don't know why, but I don't know. I have no idea. Well, I saw Under Siege 2 in the theater too, and maybe that's why it has such a appeal to me because I saw it in the theater with my brother and my uncle. Again, was one of the other Jean-Claude or Seagal movies, and it made an impact with me. Hard
Yeah.
Target, still a great fucking movie, dude.
Yeah.
And he looks good as fuck in those Wrangler jeans with that belt
He
buckle.
does, man.
You can't go wrong.
He's handsome as shit in that
Can't go
fucking
wrong.
movie.
You know what he
Simone.
does? He looks like a fucking amazing guy that sells like merchandise at a flea market, and you don't want to fuck with him.
That's true. Simone, thank you very much. Says I don't know anything about these movies, but I just popped in to say hi anyway. Hi.
Hello.
Hey, Simone. And guys, I get it. Like I know that we do a lot of horror stuff on here, so
Oh,
like doing
fuck,
the action things is going to be new to everybody. But I just want to say thank you to the 173 people here today for hanging out with us. Even if this is not your thing,
It's so awesome.
it's awesome.
It's so awesome. I thought we might get like fucking 7.3. So it's really nice to have all these. Dude, this
doing what
is
we
fucked.
love.
This is fucked, dude.
Oh, I excitedly await your response.
Dude, this is fucked.
May God have mercy on us all.
All right, Courtney, Vinny, me, you, Mike, we all got to go into the bunker and talk about this for 5 minutes and come back out later.
Is this shit tied?
This is fucking tied.
No, dude.
Yes, dude.
No, it's fucking not.
Option 1 has 30, option 2, 30.
Oh, God.
We've never had a tie ever.
All right, this works
God.
out. This works
Damn.
out. This actually works out. We don't have to figure it out. We can leave it. Because this works out. Because there's actually 10 things to vote on in this one. All right? There's 10 sections to vote on this one, so we can leave this one tied. Holy shit! How close is this?
I know, it's the first one ever.
Dude, we will never have one as close as this.
Oh, dude. It's got to be the shoes. It's got to be the shoes. Both these teams were on fire coming out of the locker room. I saw that one young man give a high five to that one kid, and it just really lit something up underneath of him. The other team's got Phil Jackson triangle, bitch. He's got the fucking... It's ridiculous. Oh,
Insanity.
Never mind. Never mind.
It's not a tie. We fucked up.
I feel like that asshole that just delivered like some news and then were like, this just did. Go fuck yourself, San Diego. All right. Okay. So, all right. Courtney says, my bad. It was actually 39 to 30.
39 to 30.
39 to 30.
Hard Target won 39 to 30. Oh.
Oh, shithole.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shithole.
Still really close.
Well, I really enjoyed my job. First day at this news agency, my last day at the news agency. I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to go put myself and put a dildo in my butt.
Chat said Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey moment.
Oh, it's true, dude.
Guys.
Oh my God, both were so excited, and then nothing happened. That's all good. It happens. It happens.
Courtney and Vinny, don't feel bad. Courtney
No,
and Vinny are
man.
just they're doing the counts out of the goodness of their hearts. That's the only thing they're doing it for. So it's all good. That's fun as shit. I love it. I wanted Hard Target to win, so I'm psyched about it. You got a PJ?
Yep.
I do. You want to go first?
I love you guys. Hey, by the way, I was just gonna say, Vinny, you guys are good. Like, I swear to God, Courtney, like
Doesn't matter.
I wouldn't even have said a goddamn word. Like, I actually wasn't gonna throw his name in there. It's like, it was my mistake. I was an idiot, and I should be fucking ostracized from the group. But you know what? If me and Courtney, we are gonna go down together. So- all right, I'll be right back.
All right, man. Sean Davis says, I'm going on a hungry strike. It's called a hunger strike, Sean, you fucking dick. It says, I'm going on a hungry strike until Universal Soldier and Hard Target are declared the winner or until tomorrow. Mike, that beard hair wasn't blonde, it was gray. Old as fuck. I wish it was gray, dude. Gray beard hair looks fucking good. That shit's sexy. You know? I want that Pepper Brett Favre beard. No, it's blonde. It's fucking blonde. I wish it was fucking gray, but it's baby blonde. Because it mirrors my fucking maturity level, I guess. You know? Sucks. I want it thickness. Wait, that sounded wrong. What am I talking about right now? Hey guys, what's everyone drinking tonight? What is everyone drinking tonight? I am drinking some delicious Diet Mountain Dew and the occasional Silver Bullet. That's not a sexual reference. It's a beverage. But what are you drinking? That's what I want to know. I want to know what turns you on. I want to know. I wish I had gray hair. Hang on. I thought the baby woke up. She did not. We are good. We are great. Got a genuine draft from Brad Becker. I haven't had genuine draft since I was fucking 14, man. That's crazy as shit. Wow. Michelob Genuine Draft. Dr. Pepper from Michael Stapp. Mountain Dew Zero. Scotty Boy Rules is drinking Mountain Dew Zero. Dude, what the fuck happened to Mountain Dew Zero? I can't find Mountain Dew Zero anywhere, and it's upsetting me deep into the night. I love it so much. It's so much better than Diet Mountain Dew. And everyone stopped selling it around here. What the fuck? Margaritas and beer for Kelly Huddleston. That's delicious. Tequila for Halloween Michael Myers. Monster for Eobard. Rock Music Forever. Mom is on the back porch smoking cigarettes and hanging out with her friend. Wild Turkey on the Rocks for Eggshen. That's awesome. Natty Boy for Drew. Maker's Mark. You all are drinking alcohol. You know you could get addicted. You could get addicted. Moscow Mule for the captain. I love the choices. It's Friday night and we're getting fucked up. I'll be right back.
Okay. Bah. Oh, wow. What a letdown that was. That's like the same kind of feeling I got when I came in and said I got my first job. And my dad said, well, that's a piece of shit. You're not doing anything. You're working at a video store. I'm like, you don't even know, Dad. Did he see Sun-Kissed? Sorry, guys. Again, hi, Chi-Town. I'm keeping up with you guys. Again, don't worry about it, Cordy. I swear to God. I got your back, bro. He says, I'm ready. It's all good. Don't worry about it, man. Ooh, Ricardo Diaz. No, you're not. He says he's drinking Yoo-Hoo and rum. Ugh. Good on you, bro. Like, I would never, ever in a million years think, like, I'm going to go in there and get some Yoo-Hoo and put some rum in that bitch. It's going to be fucking chocolatey goodness all the way down, and it's going to get me drunk. At the same time, it's Yoo-Hoo. I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. The man behind the masks. Thank you so much. Jay, we are alone once again, and maybe I can see behind the mask. I'm going to be like Vicky Vale in the Batmobile. I'm going to be trying to look under your mask as we're driving to the Batcave, and you're going to hit that light. I know who you are, and you are sexy fuck. Kyle Hamada says, Jay's the entire wall behind you covered in action figures. Yeah, that whole thing. I've got a shit ton more in storage, but I don't have the space to put them all out. But yeah, that's all like horror figures, movie maniacs from Todd McFarlane, and then the Hellraiser action figures. Not sure who did the Hellraiser action figures. I've got Series 1 and Series 2. I don't have a complete set of Series 2, but yeah, that's all Hellraiser. David Carr, speak to me, warriors! Let the earth open up and vomit out. I'm not going to do Ultimate Warrior today. I love you, man behind the masks, and I know who you are. Travis Gray says he hates rum. Yeah, I'm not a real big rum fan, but I mean, I understand the appeal. I mean, who drank all the rum? Who drank all the rum? Like in Johnny Depp. I mean, a lot of people I know that love it. Drew Clayton says, Jay, what is Seagal's favorite? His favorite double sandwich? Well, Seagal likes a lot of double sandwich, but you can tell by his physique. Me believe though that his favorite double sandwich is the meatball marinara double sandwich, because it provides him with the energy to go out and fight crime, which you must do. Plus, it's good for ponytail growth as well. The Subway sandwich that Steven Seagal chooses, there should be one named after him, called a Keto Punch sandwich. Josh Weaver, Jay Bong Toke. I don't do the, what's up, David Mace? I don't do the tokes. There was a whole story about that. I don't get, I can't do the toking or the marijuana. I get fucking paranoid, and then I wind up, I feel like I'm the Riddler in Batman Forever. Like, because I'll make you see. I'm sucking at your guy cute. Like, I just, it's too fucking, it's too much. Tomo Gato, Jay, would you do a Mortal Kombat commentary? I would love it. You know what? If it comes up, definitely, we love Mortal Kombat. The Mortal Kombat movie, the one with I can't remember. Dude, that guy was so fun. Robin Shou, I knew that played Liu Kang, did a really tremendous job. They actually did a pretty good job. Did that movie come out in 93, 94, Mortal Kombat? It was actually decently well done. And the guy that plays Shang Tsung is fucking incredible. I wouldn't mind doing it. By the way, I just saw. I don't have the game, but I watched. Somebody. They spliced all together the cutscenes for Mortal Kombat Aftermath for Mortal Kombat 11, and I watched it. It's fucking incredible. They did a tremendous job. What's up, Mr. Movie Buff? Rock music forever. Jay, Rob Van Dam or JCVD. I mean, I'm always going to go with the John Claude's. He's just too good. He's just too good. But I do like Rob Van Dam. He's cool too. He is quite good. Connor, was there a super chat that we missed? If we missed the super chat, guys, I promise we'll get them. Jarvis, okay, yeah, 95. Okay, 95. Kendo Snake Gaming, Jay, have you played MK11, RoboCop, or any of the new characters? No, I haven't, but it's so fucking badass that they brought RoboCop in. Dude, I was on a RoboCop kick. Look at this. I gotta show you this. Look at this. Dude, look at this. Look at this shit, dude. I got ED 209. I feel like I've been show and tell, but look, dude, I got ED 209. But I was on a RoboCop kick for like a couple of months, and I saw this come up, and I was like, I gotta get it. But yeah, dude, I haven't played it, but I saw the game. It looks fucking incredible, and I didn't know you could change their uniforms and make them all cool. I would keep the Serve and Protect uniform that he has in MK11 because it's fucking badass. It's classic, but yeah, man, I haven't actually got to play. I've watched the gameplay. There's a guy that I watch sometimes on the MK11 stuff that plays Super, I think his name is. Really cool, awesome guy. He seems like he knows what he's doing, and like he's obviously a fucking amazing player. But yeah, dude, it looks great. It looks amazing. They added there were so I would never have seen it come. They added RoboCop. They added fucking Spawn. They added Joker, which is out of nowhere. Like that's the left field Sammy Sosa steroid shit. I didn't see that coming at all. And then they added Sindel came back and Shang Tsung. Yeah, if I could play that shit at all, I would fucking love to do it. They were talking about Mortal Kombat 11, all the DLC characters.
Yeah, that's nuts. They got RoboCop in that bitch. They've got everything.
And they got Terminator too. Like, yeah. Dude, they have they recorded all that dialogue, and dude, Keith David came back to do the voice for Spawn, the same guy that did the anime series. It's fucking incredible. And when you put RoboCop versus Terminator, they have unique dialogue. It's fucking incredible.
I just wish that there was more of a story to it, rather than just you got these incredible actors doing it, and then they're just doing one-on-one battles. I wish that they would do
with the DLC, yeah. Well, the Mortal Kombat Aftermath has a pretty good one. The guy, you remember the guy that played Shang Tsung in the original 94, 95?
Yeah.
He comes back, and he's got a significant role in the Aftermath, and they did the face capture dead on him. It's fucking some black magic shit, and he voiced the role. It's incredible.
Is Vinny and Courtney ready? Because we got a good one coming up next. We got a good one.
Yeah, Courtney did say he was like, I'm ready. And he had like a ... and an upside down smiley face. I was like, it's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm still going to take you both on a bank robbery if we ever do one.
Tomo, a Mortal Kombat commentary would be fucking great, man. That would be fun as shit. Me and Jay used to watch that movie all the time together. Shit was awesome. Everyone's asking about the blue lights. It's weird. I noticed this when we started filming because I've got the blue lights in the background for the Wham video shows that we do that are constantly on, and my neighbors are like, dude, there's like a blue light like shining through your window. Like, what is that? I'm like, don't. Hey, buddy, if you got to ask, you can't afford it. But
you opened up the puzzle box from Hellraiser.
It's weird, dude, because I have blue lights behind me, and then I'm lit up like orange or whatever. I've been outside a lot. But you are blue, and your background's like tan. So it's like a weird juxtaposition.
Well, because I'm setting, I have to set pretty close to the TV, and the blue light shines through. Like, I just opened up the merchant box myself, and I'm going to be fucked. But I don't know how to fix it. I mean, I put a light on me before, and it's terrible. But they're both ready, by the way, so we can get it on.
All right, Jay, you pick the call sign for this one. And don't do it until he says it. But when he does it, we're going to vote number 1 for Time Cop, and we're going to vote number 2 for the Glimmer Man.
Ooh.
What shall the call sign be, sir?
All right. Alpha. I need teenagers with attitude.
All right, you guys ready?
Alpha. I need teenagers with attitude.
Vote now. Vote number
There we
one.
go. Oh, fucking Billy.
Vote number 1 for Time Cop. Vote number 2 for the Glimmer Man. Jay, what do you pick out of these two?
You know, it'll be easy for some people to pick this, but I fucking enjoy Time Cop. I know some people don't like it. I mean, yeah, it's a cheese fest, but it could have been something so much more. And I really I love it. I love the witty banter and all that. It's not super witty, but it was still fun. And I just love time travel movies. But I think overall, the Glimmer Man is where you got to give it to. Yeah. And I was in the middle of watching it, and I think the reason why that movie stands out so significant to me, and then watching it again, is because Keenan Ivory has a dynamic duo thing with Seagal and is able to play off that, like, I'm a hard-assed, fucking kung fu man from New York. Yeah. It's perfect. It's the same kind of dynamic that exists between Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson in Die Hard with a Vengeance. It's exactly the same, and it works for that kind of film. Plus, they got like a seven killer, the family man, running around. Yep. So they add a lot of darkness to it. Yep. Time Cop, I liked it a lot. I love Ron Silver as the bad guy in it. Ron Silver, gone too soon, was a great fucking bad guy. It strikes me as weird, not weird, but always like a what if, because Jean-Claude Van Damme was offered a 3-movie contract with the Time Cop series, and he was going to, they were going to pay him to come back and do a sequel and another sequel, and he was like, I need $50 million for my cocaine. And they're like, fuck you, you must be drunk because you just woke up. He's like, no, I need $50 million. So he screwed his whole career. But dude, I just love that movie. I love the whole idea. It's like, you should be closer with yourself. It's like, don't bring him near me. But I don't know. Yeah, so I'm going to pick Glimmer Man.
I'm hardcore Glimmer Man, man. Glimmer Man is easy the choice for me. Time Cop's good. Like, Jean-Claude did a good job in Time Cop. I love Ron Silver too. I thought he did a great job. But who doesn't love the splits in the kitchen scene? Like, how badass was that shit?
Sexy.
Like, we've all wanted to, like, when I
come out. And he still had the mullet.
Yeah, when I come out in the kitchen at 2 a.m. and eat some fucking ice cream and donuts when no one's looking, I wish someone would attack me so I could do the splits on the counter. But Glimmer Man's a better movie to me, man. Glimmer Man, just like you said, Keenan Ivory, they had that awesome fucking dialogue between each other. You had the deer penis thing. You said it perfectly. The 7 storyline when Steven Seagal's ex-wife is killed. And they're hunting down the murderers. It was ballsy. It was mean. I always remember the bad guys like, come on in. The water's fine.
Brian Cox was fucking great. Yeah, Brian Cox was the bad guy.
And the scene where they tore down the restaurant, and Steven Seagal fucks everybody up. Yeah. And then he answers the phone, and like he beats everybody's ass and fucks up this entire restaurant. And then he answers the phone. And he's like, hello, Lentos. And he's like, no, I say we're closed for renovations about 2 weeks. I love Glimmer Man. It's definitely my pick for this one. Everybody stop voting. I think everyone's voted now.
Kyle Hamada's got it right. He's like, I've got something in my pocket that can cure that bruise. Because you shouldn't knock Chinese potions. I got something in my pocket that can cure that bruise on your forehead. He's like, what bruise? That bruise. and then when he whips all that ass, then he turns around to Brian Cox like, do you validate parking? I just fucked the whole restaurant up.
Dude, when they're in the parking garage or whatever, and those guys come up and they hold him hostage, he's like, well, my friend here is a little bit country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. And they're like, what do you mean? And then he breaks out that fucking credit card with the knife in it and slits their throats. God damn, I love Glimmer Man. Totally underrated.
I love that. I love it when Keenan Ivory was like, when they took on the Russians, and he was like, I didn't know you spoke Russian. He's like, well, it's Black Russian. Cordy says, there wasn't a glimmer of hope here. Man. Yeah, I get it, man. I do that all the time.
And I feel like Time Cop's going to win from when I was looking at the crowd. But for me, it's night and day. It's the Glimmer Man.
I got to pick the better movie. Like, I can watch Time Cop over and over again. But, I mean, Glimmer Man is fun. First, there'd be a glimmer. You'd be dead.
Travis is out. He's got to take care of his daughter. Respect to you, Travis, man. Do your thing, man. Appreciate you showing up and hanging out while you could.
All right, so we got a landslide here. I mean, finally, this is like fucking Villanova taking on butt crack Nebraska team in the March Madness. We got option 1 has 52 and option 2 has 13.
Come on, guys. Damn. I know Time Cop's more popular. It's a bigger movie, but damn.
Timecock has it. That
This is
motherfucker went back in time and fucked your ancestors and then came back and said, what? I'm your granddaddy.
This is the first time I've so hardly agreed with the chat. Like, badly disagreed with you guys. Wow.
Yeah, it's
Time Cop
pretty
wins.
rough. I mean, you know what? Hey, man, I'm happy because I love Time Cop. I love that fucking movie.
Yeah. So, where we stand...
I like that part where he was like, right before they went on the pod, he was like, what do you think about, before the launch? And he's like, not swallowing my tongue.
Here's where we stand, guys. All right, let's take we got 2 votes left. 2 votes left. Bloodsport versus Above the Law. Bloodsport won, understandably so, 67-11.
Yep.
Round 2, Kickboxer versus Hard to Kill. Again, understandably, Kickboxer won 58-24, a little bit closer. The third round was a huge upset. Lionheart versus Mark for Death. Mark for Death won 34-35.
Ridiculous.
One of the closest votes ever.
So good.
Round 4, Double Impact versus Out for Justice. Another close vote. Out for Justice, again with the upset, wins 33-36. Universal Soldier versus Under Siege. Another close vote. 40-43. Seagal with another upset. At this point, Seagal's up 3-2. But now is where shit gets crazy. Nowhere to Run versus On Deadly Ground. Nowhere to Run wins 36-22. It's tied up 3-3 at this point. Hard Target versus Under Siege 2, 39-30. Hard Target wins. It's 4-3. Jean-Claude at this point. And now with the latest, which I completely disagree with, Time Cop versus the Glimmer Man, 52-13. Time Cop wins.
That is crazy, man.
It is 5-3 right now.
Are you doing 5-3?
5-3. Right now.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's right. Okay.
now, here's the thing. There are 2 votes left, which means we could end this in a tie. It's possible, and we'll see what we do when that happens. But the next vote, when the dudes are ready, is a very interesting one as well.
Hey, Stephen King, what's up? Hey, write a new sequel to Salem's Lot. Do it.
This one's going to be Sudden Death versus Fire Down Below. And, oh, man. When I say Mr. Silk Underwear is when you're going to vote. And when I say Mr. Silk Underwear, you're going to vote number 1 for Sudden Death. And you're going to vote number 2 for Fire Down Below.
All right, Vinny's ready, and Courtney is ready.
All right, everybody ready? Mr. Silk Underwear. Vote right now. Vote number 1 for Sudden Death. Vote number 2 for Fire Down Below. Jay, what is your choice, sir?
Like them both, but I got to give it to Fire Down Below.
Really?
Well, no, because I'll tell you why, dude. It's funny as fuck. It's like, you gotta have more nuts, son, when he fucking takes on the Kentuckians. I don't know. Sudden Death, while it's kind of cool or whatever, it almost felt like Jean-Claude was getting tired of being in those guys. I liked it, but he was a security guard at a fucking hockey game. It's like, are you supposed to be fucking Emilio Estevez, like fucking hanging out with the Mighty Ducks? Like, it just felt like he was tired of doing it. Like, he just had like a thing about him where he just didn't really feel as involved in the role as he should have been. But in Steven Seagal on Fire Down Below, like, dude, it also had Chris Christopherson as the main bad guy, which is a fucking incredible bad guy. And he was great. And just the idea that he comes there and, like, yeah, it's kind of flimsy, like the whole EPA thing, and like he's there to, like, he's like, I don't know, man. And it also had the guy from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It just feels like a home, like, I guess the same reasons why you like Nowhere to Run, I like this movie for the same reasons. It actually felt more like a Steven Seagal where he's like trying to be a part, like doing an emotional kind of role.
I get that.
I mean, it wasn't like, obviously he didn't do a great job at it. Like, and yeah, I think if you were his wife, he'd be like, "What did you make for breakfast?" And she's like, "Oh, I made some tater tots." Like, "I don't eat those, but you still look lovely." Like, it wasn't like very good, but I mean, he didn't do a bad job. Sudden Death, I got to go back and watch it though. It's been a while, but I remember liking it, but I do remember it fucking tanking in the box office. Like, I know a lot of people just didn't like that movie.
For me, it's Sudden Death 100% of the way. I like Sudden Death so much better than Fire Down Below. Look, Jean-Claude, if you really look, like if you take a hard look at his filmography, he steps out of his original roles a lot. In this film, he's a fire dude or whatever. He's divorced from his mom. It's like the plot
Fire
for Liar
marshal.
Liar
Yeah, I'm sorry.
almost.
Yeah, fire marshal.
It's
Yeah.
like the plot for Liar Liar. Like he goes to pick up his kids, his wife and her new husband don't want him to take the kids, so you obviously feel for him already. He takes him to the Stanley Cup Finals or whatever. This big game. Powers Booth as the bad guy in the booth. Powers Booth in the booth, sitting up there like fucking taking hostages. That whole idea. Jean-Claude having to deal with his son being in the stadium at the same time. It's Die Hard with Jean-Claude Van Damme at the Stanley Cup. It's fucking crazy. And then he has to fight the fucking the mascot. He has a fight with the mascot, who's a woman, by the way, in the kitchen, and that awesome fucking scene. It was a very everyman role for him, and I really love Jean-Claude's acting in that movie. I love Sudden Death. Let me tell you a story. One time, me and my sister were renting movies, and we rented Sudden Death, and we rented Halloween 4. And we got Ruffles, and we got the Ruffles Ranch Dip. Do you remember that shit? The Ruffles Ranch Dip was fucking delicious, by the way. So we watched Halloween 4 and we watched Sudden Death, and it was one of the greatest nights ever. I love Sudden Death. Fire Down Below was just like, to me, it was just like On Deadly Ground Part 2, you know? But in redneck.
It had a little bit more. I mean, it had better actors in it. Well, Michael Caine was in On Deadly Ground, but it felt like it was a tighter story.
Stop voting.
Smug Grinch says JCVD was a fire marshal. I know, but his role was so unmemorable that I thought he was a security guard. That's why. Like I confused the both. I didn't remember. That's the thing. Like I remember On Deadly or Fire Down Below more because there was more lines that stood out to me versus in Sudden Death. I couldn't pick one line in Sudden Death. Like I can't. Even the fight sequences, like when he busts that motherfucker in the goddamn teeth with the fucking cue ball, and he's like, "I gotta have more of that, son," with the tooth missing. You remember that shit?
That was
like,
After Justice, though.
Fuck. No, he did it in Fire Down Below too.
Oh well, there you go.
He had a bar sequence too, and he goes, "Yeah, I had more than that, son."
Yeah. Well, you know, Fire Down Below was just more of the same with Seagal for me, but Sudden Death was a variation. It was a step outside of the norm for Jean-Claude.
Looks
But
like
I gotta
most people want to
rewatch.
agree with you. They want to agree with you because we got the vote saying.
Oh shit. Oh shit. I gotta rewatch Fire Down Below though, to be fair.
So we gonna go ahead and put some 37 eggs in the basket for option 1. Go ahead, put that in there. Go ahead, put it in.
That's low.
And we gonna put 23
Oh shit.
in the baskets for Seagal. Well, you know he ain't gonna get his protein now at all. He ain't gonna get his eggs. But we just gonna have to get over that.
All right, man. So Sudden Death wins 37-23. Still a pretty close vote, by the way, if I might say so myself. But dude, I gotta give it to you. The Nowhere to Run, Fire Down Below connection. Fuck illegal nut.
You know what
I
I was doing one day? I was eating a Subway sandwich, and I decided to watch some things on film. Oh yeah.
So
Samuel V says lame. It sucks.
Here we are. Jean-Claude 1, Jean-Claude 2, Seagal 1, Seagal 2, Seagal 3, Jean-Claude, 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 Jean-Claude. So it's 6-3 Jean-Claude. It's a win at this point. Jean-Claude's gonna win, but we do have one more vote to get through, which I think is gonna be fucking fascinating. All right.
Yeah.
So Vinny and Courtney, whenever you guys are ready, the next vote, guys, is going to be who do you guys think would win in a fight? In a straight up, and we're talking no specific situations. We're talking in the middle of a field, like behind the Winn-Dixie, behind the Kroger, behind the Food Lion, 1-on-1 in a fucking wheat field. Who would win in a fight?
Behind the Dodge Hatfield.
Jean-Claude Van Damme
they're both ready.
or Steven Seagal. This is so interesting. Jay, what's the call sign going to be for this one, my friend?
All right. If he dies, he dies.
All right, so when Jay says that, you're going to vote number 1 for Jean-Claude Van Damme. You're going to vote number 2 for Steven Seagal. Jay, whenever you're ready, sir.
If it dies, it dies.
Vote right now. Vote number 1 for Jean-Claude Van Damme or number 2 for Steven Seagal. Who would win in a fisticuffs face-off one-on-one in the back of a Winn-Dixie in an open field? Who wins? Jay, what do you think?
They're both drunk. I would say, you know what? It's a weird question because back in the day, I used to say, my brother and you and I would have these kind of conversations all the time. I would have said Seagal back in the day because back in the day, you didn't know. You know, the internet really wasn't like as prolific as it is now, so you couldn't look up shit that he said and kind of double check him. Van Damme actually won awards. He actually was in kickboxing tournaments. He actually is a champion. Seagal just said, like, hey, I hit people with my hands and I helped the police force in China or Japan.
This is in their primes, by the way, in their primes, not
yeah,
now.
I know. I'm not saying that. I know.
Yeah.
But also, one dude choked him out so bad that he pooped his pants, and then he tried to say it never happened. And he gets mad when you bring that up. Steven Seagal he said he could get out of a judo choke. And he said, go ahead and do it on me. And that dude, George LaBelle, I think, put that motherfucker in a judo hold and he pooped his pants like nobody's business. And then fucking Penguin walked off the stage and he said, I had Mexican before. Like he never admits it, dude. He also takes credit for the UFC thing. Like, and also, if you're gonna go by history, Sylvester Stallone said that at a party, Van Damme was ready to fight his ass after Seagal was calling him out, and he went down to the street and had a fucking Bloody Mary. Seagal did, and didn't want to fight Van Damme. I think that Van Damme would probably fucking chopstick his, fucking splits his fucking face open, dude. I don't know. Because again, I will say, and I don't know anything about karate, but I'm just gonna say, like, Aikido is more of a defensive tactic, and Van Damme knows kickboxing.
I like Jean-Claude Van Damme better than I like Steven Seagal. He's a better person. He's a better actor, and late in his career, he's a better person just as a human being. But that being said, I disagree. I don't see how Jean-Claude Van Damme, as good as he is and as legit as he is, I don't see how he really could have hit Seagal. Seagal's
a fat donut.
But no, I'm talking about in their prime, though. This is in their prime. Who would win?
I know, but he had a fat donut inside of it.
So, like, I don't see Seagal letting Van Damme hit him. Like, I don't see how anybody beats up Seagal. Because Seagal is so fucking... He's such an counter fighter. Like, Seagal... Or JCVD could do all the roundhouses he wants, but I feel like fucking Seagal would just catch that shit and break his ankle. Like... I don't see how anybody beats up Seagal in his prime.
Well,
so I have to pick Seagal in this, but I love JCVD way much better, and I wish he would win. I'd root for him, but I think Seagal would win.
I just feel like JCVD has actually got the experience in real full contact fighting, and Steven Seagal doesn't. Like, I mean, he never really had a full contact sport ever. Yeah. Like, he never was in even when he was younger. When he was teaching those people overseas, he never had a full contact tournament. Yeah, and those people that come out later on, and they said he's full of shit. They said that guy's a fucking liar. Like, he couldn't do shit. Yeah. Like, the most he could do is hurt you with his ponytail.
Well, many people said the same thing about Jean-Claude, though.
Well, and also Seagal made fun because he said he was a ballerina, but he's like, the motherfucker has titles. Like, he has actual real titles. But then it's always the same way. Even though they're both legit, it's almost the same way as like in an actual street fight, Chuck Norris versus Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee would fucking ruin him.
Oh yeah, but in a tournament, Chuck Norris knows more about tournament style, winning and points. Yeah. It's kind of like Mayweather versus like, somebody outside of the boxing ring, because you know what I mean. But
yeah, I do think JCVD has a chance. I'm not like headstrong on this.
Right.
For me, it's hard to imagine anybody beating up Seagal in his prime because he was
scary.
He was such a fucking counterpuncher, man. Like, you have to strike. It's like Klitschko in his heavyweight heyday. Nobody could beat him because he would stand in the middle of the ring and he was bigger and he had longer of a reach and he would just fucking jab people in the fucking corners of the ring until the fight was over. And then you couldn't get inside on him. You couldn't hurt him. I have a hard time imagining JCVD or anybody getting in on Seagal because every time you throw a punch or a kick, he's gonna break your fucking limbs. But that's offensive, and that whole Aikido is defensive. So I mean, it really would be designed. It'd be more to catch the shit and deflect it, but not really to attack. Yeah.
But either way, we got the results in. So option 1, this is a fucking sweep. Option 1 has 52.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Option 2, 21.
Wow. JCVD wins.
Whoops that
Hard.
ass all up and down. God damn, Van Dam.
Good for JCVD, man. Good for JCVD. Good for Jean-Claude Van Damme. Good for America.
Vinny says, well, Courtney and I will be under siege after this, but we'll be hard targets and won't crap our pants like Seagal because we won't fire down below. That's some good shit.
That being said.
And then Courtney says, Michael Jai White beats both of them. If he was playing Spawn, he'd take that shit to hell, too. He'd whip that ass with Malbolgia.
Go to the chat real quick. Chris Hames says Seagal would not do well. Andy E says, sure. Where the fuck did that go? I lost my fucking train of thought. He says, sure, blind man, but you got time to write here. Come on. I don't know what that meant. Richard Work says, kind of changed my vote for 2 after thinking about it. J.K. Ransom says, Steven is way more trained and is a cop now. Kendo, gotta go, guys. Love you. Kendo, awesome name, by the way. Eric says they fought in Into the Dragon. They did. That Chuck Norris Bruce Lee fight.
I know
dope.
that was a cool scene. Yeah.
Yeah. Richie Work says it's like Mayweather versus McGregor. That was fair. That was a fun fight to watch, regardless of.
It was great, except once you found out that it was all like a promotional thing.
Yeah. Church Jackson says, "Told you, Mike." Church, I don't think you understand. This was way closer than you thought it would be. My personal votes. I had Van Damme winning 5-4. Overall, right? I had Van Damme winning 5-4 overall, and Van Damme only won. I mean, he won. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He won 6-3. So it was just about like what I said, what I thought it would be.
I thought it was gonna be closer.
Noxucal.
Well, it's weird. You know what? You can have again. I'm just gonna point out, and somebody's like, well, Seagal has more. Yeah, Seagal became. He's an honorary cop in Louisiana. I remember watching that show. He's an honorary cop, and he can make arrests and shit. And you say he has, but literally Van Damme again. I mean, he won tournaments. Like it's not like a guy that just did ballerina and kind of did karate.
Yeah.
For some off season stuff, he literally was in tournaments.
Yeah.
Seagal never did any of that shit. I love fucking Steven Seagal, and he is a badass, and I would never fuck with him ever. But I wouldn't fuck with anybody in a bar fight. But at the same time, Seagal going up like against Van Damme, personally, I just think that the few fucking hand movements that he could do, it's like he'd try to do John Cena shit, and then fucking Van Damme would come over the top and fucking Randy Savage his ass to the ground. But either way, I don't know, man.
I'd love to watch it. God, I would love to watch it.
It would do if okay, here's a question. Would you rather watch a Pacquiao Mayweather rematch, right? A Pacquiao Mayweather rematch, or would you rather watch a Van Damme versus Seagal fight?
Dude, I would Van Damme Seagal any day of the week. I'd rather watch Van Damme Seagal than pretty much any other fight you could possibly put together. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, fucking Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, fucking anything. Yeah. Like Van Damme Seagal is the ultimate fight that never happened. Celebrity Deathmatch.
And you know how cool that would have been if he had been in the Expendables? Because I mean, they wanted. Yeah. Stallone wanted him in the Expendables Part 2, but because I think Seagal's scared of Van Damme.
Well,
I think he's scared of him.
He's a dick. Like he's an asshole. Like if you look at his history, you look at the way he was with women. If you look at the way he was with John Leguizamo in Executive Decision.
Oh, dude, that was awful.
So unfortunate that Seagal is such a dick because, dude, like you had this movie career where they made you out to be this unstoppable badass, and all you had to do. And let me say this for like the world in general, like. All you have to do is just be thankful for what you fucking were given. Be thankful that you had a huge career in movies and that these people treated you like a badass and you were a badass at one time. And just be thankful for that and like be nice and take your fucking stardom and do something good with it. Yeah. But instead, Seagal decided to just let it go and be like, I'm going to do shitty fucking straight to fucking bargain bin movies and I'm going to pretend I'm
hamburgers nonstop. Like it's going out of style.
Like,
but yeah, it's weird. Like, well, it feels like it goes against like the same shit that Seagal preaches, about like, being a better person and having balance in your life. Because he's egocentric as fuck. If that guy was goddamn Robert De Niro or not Al Pacino in The Devil's Advocate, I'd be like, that makes sense. Because it's like he adopts that same personality in his everyday life. I was like, dude, like, listen, you're not doing anything. And the Expendable 2 comes around and they're like, hey, can you be in this movie? We've got all these cool action stars from the 80s. JCVD wants to be in it, and you're like, oh, if Jean Claude's in it, and I feel like that's what it is, dude. I feel like, especially if they were like, well, we would love to, dude, because how amazing. Remember when we were in the theaters and we were watching The Expendables 2, me, you, and my brother, and even it was still cool to see Sylvester Stallone go against Jean-Claude Van Damme in that one. It was like fucking like our Avengers shit. It was fucking amazing. It was badass. But if that had been Seagal going against Jean-Claude Van Damme in that movie, that shit takes the cake. That shit would have taken the fucking cake for one of the most epic fucking fight scenes I'd ever seen. But yeah, dude, it really sucks that Seagal is the way that he is. But I also think he's a con artist, dude. I think that I'm not saying that he's not done some good shit and like he can't fucking fight in some way or another. But I don't think he really, like, the fact that you're gonna take credit for a UFC guy, like, and you're gonna say that you taught him that move that won in the fight, dude, get the fuck over yourself. Like, dude, you're a liar.
And not just that, but the fact that he would have actresses over back in the day, be like, we need to rehearse our scenes. Let me release my Komodo, and you can touch my wiener, and then you will prove yourself.
Yeah, he was into himself, yeah, for sure.
Like, dude, if he'd just been cool and be like, man, I'm so fucking lucky that I'm a huge actor, and, like, I have all this shit. Like, it's so cool. I'm going to use it for something positive. And on the flip side of that, JCVD, like, it pisses me off, dude, to watch. JCVD, like, and he's mentioned it in his movies before, but, like, dude, he's a good actor and he tries his best and he's a nice guy and he's funny. Like you said earlier, he's got a comedic side to him. He's so talented, but he gets lumped in and they put him in these shitty fucking movies. If you watch Jean-Claude Van Johnson or whatever on Amazon Prime, it's basically a joke about how people treat him. Like these directors that don't know shit about movies and they hire him and like he wants to perform and do something good, but all they do is they throw him in a joke-ass movie and they just use his name and it sucks.
I remember watching that one thing with JCVD, and dude, I fucking like I felt bad for him, dude. And I got a little teary eyed because he was like, he's like, I knew I fucked up, I knew I made a mistake with my career, and he was like, I knew where it was going and what it could have been, but because he was so addicted to drugs and some other stupid shit that he made, mistakes in his past, that people just passed him over, and then his career was over. But the thing is, he's got acting ability, like all sorts of acting ability, and he's charismatic and he's got comedic timing and all that shit. And I feel like what happened to him in the mid 90s was that he got way too into himself. He became real egotistical, and now
too.
Yeah, and now though, like he's understanding what the mistakes he made, and he's embracing his stature the same way that Arnold is embracing his stature as an 80s icon or a 90s icon. Yeah. Not trying to take that shit seriously like fucking Sylvester Stallone does sometimes when they did The Lockout or The Lockup Artist or whatever that fucking movie was.
Yeah.
He's like, this is going to be serious. The thing about Seagal, though, is Seagal he does not give a fuck. Like, he doesn't care about fans, I would imagine, because he just does these straight-to-DVD shits.
Yeah, it's the most forest for the trees shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it keeps paying the bills. It's like, hey, I'll go donate some fucking blood.
I'm not only a great actor, but I'm also a great musician, and I'm also a sheriff. And by the way, I'm also a president. And by the way, also, I'm the greatest Russian person of all time. It's like, it's fucking crazy. Paul Stone, thank you so fucking much, man. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you. He says JCVD for president.
I'll take it.
Go for that.
If they want to amend the Constitution, they can throw him in.
Yeah, I'd also go for fucking Arnold for president, dude. Tell me you wouldn't vote for Arnold for president in a fucking heartbeat.
What if they ran against each other?
Get
it out of here! Get it out of here!
Great, man.
That shit would be like a fucking knockdown circus.
I did see someone in the chat said that the Green Ranger beat Jean-Claude's ass. Let me just tell you something.
No, yeah, I remember that.
That's a
bullshit.
Fucking
that was
joke.
Bullshit.
That's bullshit, man. Jason David Frank is kind of a fucking dick. I've just always seen him as
no
kind
respect
of
on that. Dick. No respect.
And that whole story is such bullshit. Like, you want to go up to, like, to me, he disrespected Jean-Claude Van Damme badly in that moment.
He did.
It's a joke. I hate that.
Yeah, and if you guys go back and watch that video, like, the guy's an older, like, JCVD is still fucking badass, and I love the guy, and I think he's great. But Jason David Frank went up there, and he was trying to be a fucking badass and trying to be awesome and trying to get, like, some goddamn, like, stature or something. Like, he was trying to get clout. And, like, dude, you're basically fighting an older guy that in his younger years, JCVD would have knocked your fucking goddamn Green Ranger ponytail coin into the dirt, you piece of garbage. I'm sorry. You know what? I like him in some way.
Sorry, you're right.
No. I know, but I mean, I know there are fans of him out there because he does a lot of good charitable works and he goes to all the conventions and stuff like that, and that's cool. But when you act like that because you're trying to get clout, and don't mistake it for what it is, that motherfucker was trying to get clout on the internet and trying to sell his fucking image. He's a joke. That motherfucker wouldn't last 5 goddamn minutes in the ring with Jean-Claude Van Damme in the heyday.
If you want to know about Jason David Frank, all you got to look at is the story about the guy who came there with like samurai swords or whatever and wanted to kill Jason David Frank. And like they arrested the dude. And then Jason David Frank goes on the Green Ranger from the Power Ranger series. He goes and like, because this situation happened, he has a big press conference and he stands up and he goes, you know, when you're a celebrity, like I am. And by the way, I am a celebrity.
You're a celebrity from the Dollar General, motherfucker. That's what you are. You're lucky that you have fucking fans.
I'm a celebrity. I am.
Oh my
things
God.
like this will happen to you, and then you watch the video about him with Jean-Claude Van Damme, where like he puts him in a head. He fucking puts Jean-Claude Van Damme in a headlock, and he like puts him up against the wall. He's like 20 years younger than he is, and he's like, "You want this? You want this?" And I'm like, dude, you're fucking like the fact that nobody stepped in and like beat your fucking ass over that is a joke.
You know what? I know I would have got my ass kicked, but because that was Jean-Claude Van Damme that was getting attacked like that, I would have hit Jason David Frank so hard in his fucking nuts that he would have sent him back to Rita Repulsa. And his shit would have been fucking burning green candle forever.
Fuck that guy.
You know what? Look, I don't even want to be mean about it. You know what? Again, I don't even be mean about it because I don't want to attack somebody like that. I'm not trying to get into it, but Jason David Frank, he's a fucking prick, dude. Like, I mean, you got to be honest. Like, and I know he does, like I said, I know he does good things. Like, he does charitable things, and he goes to all the conventions, and he takes pictures with all the fans, and he's there.
And aren't charitable. That motherfucker's making a shit ton of money off of that.
No, he is, but I mean, I feel bad because I know, but I feel bad because I mean, I like, you know, I'm just saying, like, dude, like, you go up to an older guy, like a fucking icon, like an icon of the action era from the late 80s to the 90s, and you put him in a headlock like you're fucking, like, I don't know, goddamn Tito Santana, and you're gonna fucking prove everybody wrong. This guy is
so smooth.
This guy could be your fucking grandfather, and you're being an asshole. And, dude, I would love for some motherfucker to kick your goddamn teeth through the back of your fucking head and make your ponytail fucking shake for 5 minutes because you're a piece of
classic,
shit.
Like, I'll resurrect my career by being a UFC fighter because I'll fucking fight in the ring and I'll show him what's going on.
Yeah, but that motherfucker won't. He went to a couple of MMA, and I don't even know what his record is.
He didn't want to fight real MMA fighters.
Dana White would take a dump on your fucking application because you know you'll never fucking make it.
He didn't want to fight real MMA fighters, dude. He wanted to fight the Red Ranger. That's what he said. Like the Red Ranger, who by the way was a paramedic and was doing good shit.
Exactly.
Like that guy was out there doing good shit. And then he's like, "No, fuck the guy. I want to fight." He was trying to force the Red Ranger to fight him and for charity. It's like, dude, you're not as cool as the Red Ranger. Fucking let it go. Live your life.
I love the Green Ranger. I love the character, but it really makes me unhappy that you were associated with it as far as Jason David Frank because of how much of a prick that he became. But yeah, man. I mean, it's whatever. Like, look, I'm not trying. Like, I didn't want to.
We got on a tangent, didn't we?
I didn't want to turn this into an attack piece on him because I mean that motherfucker does watch YouTube videos, so he's gonna be tightening his ponytail when he's watching this. He's gonna be tightening it. He'd be like, "Where you all gonna be at? Scarefest? All right, you all come to say that to my face. I'll be wearing my fucking like shirt that don't fit me. Like, hey Lotto, I don't fit you shirt. You know, I have it tucked into my fucking white
tank top screaming Lotto, I don't fit you.
Say it to my face. Say it to my face. Say it to my face. And then I'm gonna go bum 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 bum.
Movie Juice says, check out his appearance on Conan, hilarious. I'll do that, man. We both will. Marco V. Villatero says, Michael J., have you seen how good JVD's daughter is in her skills in martial arts and acting? Takes after her dad. I have not seen that. That's fucking awesome, though. That's cool as shit, man. I have seen JCVD's YouTube videos, and they're funny as fuck. I sent you that one. Do you remember that? When he, like, pops out of the trash can and punches that guy in the face?
Yeah.
It's just funny as shit, man.
By the way, Tomo Ogato says Jay's gonna be a hard target. Because fucking Green Ranger's not gonna have Rita Repulsa to help him out. And then someone said, Jason David Frank in real life. This is so accurate, dude. Jason David Frank is real life Cobra Kai cheater. He fucking is. He's a goddamn Cobra Kai piece of shit. And sweep the leg, Johnny. That's what he is.
I am a celebrity. I'm a celebrity.
What a piece of garbage.
I'm a celebrity.
That's a piece of garbage.
Seriously.
Like, I like how I had to say it multiple times to make sure people understood. Like, I don't just I don't just serve your fucking coffee at Starbucks. I'm not a barista.
Like,
Don't let the ponytail fool you.
I'm glad that they stopped the guy that was there to hurt him or whatever. Like, fuck that piece of shit. Like, I'm really glad that they stopped him there. But when he came out, all he had to be like, I'm thankful that the security did their job. The police did their job. You guys saved my life. People are crazy. Shit sucks. He was like, I'm a celebrity.
That motherfucker's a mocha laka bullshit.
I'm a celebrity.
Mocha chaka bullshit.
Dude, you ain't shit. No, we're not shit. We have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Oh, we're celebrities. Like, we're not shit.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen because guess what? When I go get coffee, that bitch still going to be rude to me. And she's still going to make me wait.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, whatever. But either way, yeah, it's ridiculous, man. And if you guys want to go back and watch that video, you were asking us what video. I saw somebody ask. All you got to type in is Jean-Claude Van Damme versus Jason David Frank on YouTube, and you'll find the video. It's very awkward. It's very cringe. Yeah. It's cringe as fuck, and it makes me feel bad because you feel bad for Jean-Claude. The whole fucking video is atrocious. Yeah. And I really wish somebody had come in and drop kicked that motherfucker out of the goddamn frame and then said, morphin' time! And then fucked it.
I wish the Blue Ranger would have came in and whooped his fucking ass. Vinny C says, thanks, Vinny, by the way. And thanks for counting this shit tonight. You and Courtney both, man.
You guys have been awesome. You guys are awesome.
What did John Tate say when he saw Michael Myers' shaped bagel? Michael Myers is bread.
He's getting good, man. Vinny's coming on top. He's gonna be like Mickey fucking not Mickey Rourke. Oh fuck, what's the guy with the one-liners? I can't remember the name. Vinny is like the guy.
Mercury
awesome,
80
man.
says, "Make me a sandwich, celebrity."
Well,
yeah, that's
Scotty,
good. You're a celebrity. Make me a fucking sandwich.
Says JDF is nothing like you say he is. We don't know him. I'm not saying that he's like that, bro. I'm not saying that he's like that. All we're saying is based on the fucking video evidence that you can see on YouTube that's been viewed millions of times and how he acted towards an icon. So
yeah, he seems kind of cunty. I'm sure he's a decent person, but he seems
cunty. Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he beats his wife and family, but you know what? He donates to charity. So good for him. Mercutio 80. Thank you so much. He says maybe a Star Wars celebrity.
I just said that, you whore. You fucking whore.
Tomo Ogato says Blue Ranger is the best. I wish he didn't get the abuse on set. Yeah, that sucked. Like he got a lot. What was his name? The guy that played fuck. Anyway, yeah, he did. Like what happened to him was shit. And it was really bad because Billy Cranston, Bryan Cranston worked on that set, and they named it Cranston for in honor of Billy or Bryan Cranston. But David something was his name.
I can't remember either. But what I do know is that I love you, and I love all the people here, and that Church Jackson needs a hand job. So if someone could give him one of those, that'd be great. Billy Yoltz says Tomo, we got toe. But guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. David Most, that's his name. David Most.
That's it. Yeah.
Yost. David Yost.
Yeah, you said most. He's the most with the Yost.
Mostest with the Yostest.
That's right.
Guys, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. 169 people still here. Again, we did an action movie thing. It's all about having fun, not about getting the views. We knew that we were doing an action movie thing. It'd be a little bit less. But we're so thankful for the people that hung out with us tonight and voted. This was fun. Again, JCVD wins 7-3. But it was closer than it looked. All the votes were super close.
Fun, man.
I will kiss you, Pronique Tony. I'll kiss you all with my mouth dick.
That was some of the fucking best voting. That was some of the best fucking results ever.
And it's just fun to sit and talk about movies, man. That's what we're fucking here to do. We're here to talk about movies. And it was a great time. I had fun. You had fun. Jay and I will be back on Monday night with another live stream. We have a Jarvis cut coming out on Saturday. We're going to get together Tuesday night and film some new shit. We'll be back with another Friday stream next week. All sorts of good shit. Podcasts, all that shit up in your taint hole. And you're going to enjoy it because you need it.
And there's no grease for it. There's no grease for it. It's just going to be up in there raw. You're having an aneurysm. You look like Robert De Niro trying to play Elephant Man. And now you sound like a worse fucking Sylvester Stallone. It sounds like a shitty Chewbacca. It sounds like a shitty Chewbacca.
Thanks to Vinny and Courtney. Thanks to you guys for
Vinny
hanging out.
and
This time.
yeah, you guys are great. Love you guys.
We love you. We're going. We're leaving now.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy your weekends. Spend time.
Bye, Samuel.
Spend time with your children and time with your friends and relax. You fucking bastards.
Oh, it's like dad. He's like dad. Relax, bitch.
I'm serious.
Ooh.
I'm really serious.
You got glaucoma, bitch. You gotta get that shit checked out. Is that the same? That's the face you make in optometry when you're like, you need glasses.